gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe. Yes, Law Nation Sports, back at it with another episode brought to you by Underdog Frenkel and Frenkel and all of its splendor here. Come on with it. Mama said there'll be days literally just like this. Come on with it. Stand tall or not at all. Draft philosophy, principles, schemes, concepts, you name it, we bring it, baby. Let's continue to grind and shine. Hey. Yup. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? Yeah. Come on with it. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. No San Fran audio, baby. Five, 4, 3, 2. Come on with it. I see skies of blue, white clouds too, trees of green, and red roses too. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world.
Emotional, damn it.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What's up? Come on, get the likes up, baby. Yeah, don't y'all hear this kill amongst us? Don't y'all hear this kill amongst us? Come on, baby. BPA, put BPA in the chat, man. If you don't agree with BPA, I got a new thing for you.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
Y'all better put BPA in the chat, man. Come on, baby. What's good, man? I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in and being part of these episodes. Shout out to you, Jameson. Appreciate you. Seabass, Jay, Worthy, Montreal, man. What's good with you, man? As well as whoever. Natasha, appreciate you, lady. Yeah, BPA all day. So, with this being said, we've been hearing a lot of news, a lot of rumblings of what teams would like to do. Of course, we talked about Myles Garrett, not Monroe. Of course, we talk about Cooper Kupp, not Spoon, right? We talked about all of those boys that you can get on the front end before the draft, but the draft works a certain way. It's like this. No more D-Law. Shout out to y'all, man. Yeah, seeing all of the BPAs in the chat.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. And the right ice cold. So when we say to these things and we look at these things and we try to concept the Cowboys must do, we got 10 draft picks. And I'm with the belief that you don't do it this way. Don't go grocery shopping on an empty stomach. Let me say that for somebody way in the back. Don't go grocery shopping on an empty stomach. I don't want this team to fall into the traps as it relates to what we've been doing in the past of falling into the traps. We need. No, you go into this draft, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and go into this thing with the mindset of drafting best player available. So we did the Josh Simmons video earlier this morning. Salute to those who watched. We talked about the aspect as well as Genty before. We talked about Deion Walker. We talked about Ty Robinson. We talked about other running backs that's in this draft. But I come to tell you guys that when you go into this draft, like the Rebel chick, Angie, is it two of y'all? Is it Angie Lamb and is it Angie Rebel? But both of the Angies, she said she's hungry. And Jameson said he need to gain weight. All of these things. You got to figure out a way to make sure that you have something on your stomach before you go into this draft. And what I'm saying is it's similar to having something on your stomach before you go into the grocery stores, because everything look good. How many people that spent a lot of money, or in the words of Jerry Jones, spent a lot of money at the grocery store, and you're still driving because you're still hungry, and you still stop by McDonald's and them. You still stop by the fast food restaurants, and you defeat the purpose because you spend $180 to $300 in grocery shopping, right? And you still stop by somewhere to go pick up your bucket of chicken. It don't work that way, ladies and gentlemen. So what you're supposed to do is plan accordingly. I get people all the time to say this and that, but it's better to have it and not need it than to need it than to want it, right? Or to have it, right? Or it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. You just lucky. No, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Yeah, so all of those things count. And what I'm saying is basically going into this particular situation, whether it is a Genty, whether it is a Tet, who we can all say, man, he won't be there long, but I see stranger things happen in these particular parts as it relates to drafting. Yes, indeed, that's Tet right there, just watching the highlight reel of that kid. It just brings something special to the heart, because you know that he can high point the ball. He can take the top off the defense, even though he's not running a full 440, but he's moving. He got short area quickness and these sorts of things. So it's going to be hard for a team to pass that up. Now, it looked like he need a sandwich, right? He's not the biggest of the biggest, right? But at the end of the day, can he get the results done? Can he get those things elevated and keep things moving, right? So that's why I'm looking at Tet. If he's there, then it's a no-brainer. You don't have to sit back and start doing quadratic equations, the FOIL methods and the rainbow methods, whatever the methods that you guys do far as the equation out there to solve it. So what I'm saying is, Cowboy Nation, make sure that you get things going the best way, in the proper way, and that is measure twice, cut once. But you got to go into this particular matchup knowing that the free agency is here on the front end. Cowboy Nation, let me get this up out of you too. Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to you, Natasha. Shout out to you. Natasha says, BC, you burn so many calories pushing the buggy and walking, stomach be on the floor. Yeah. So you burning a lot of calories, right, Natasha? And you trying to go have Taco Tuesdays, right? And you getting the cilantro, you getting your shells, hard shells or soft shells, y'all. Y'all let me know in the chat. And you trying to get your turkey meat or your hamburger meat or whatever meat that you're trying to use with your tacos. Some people use chicken, some people use shrimp, but you trying to get all of those things. And you realize, man, I'm still hungry, and you stop by Taco Bell's on your way out. That's diabolical, right? No. Allow my stomach eating my back, okay? Now, all of my Mexican folks, that cook real tacos. I heard that there's the hard shell ain't the real ones. Like, you take the soft shell and you put that on the skillet and you make that hard. How did that work? Y'all let me know how that work, because real Mexican taco, you just take the soft shell and you put it on the skillet and you flip it and you put all of the dressing, cilantro and all of that stuff on it, and from there cheese, and you don't put no slices of cheese. You already have shredded cheese, right? Just let me know how y'all be cooking them, or fixing them and preparing them. Oil, okay, Rick. Oh my God.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
Oh my God, boy, y'all can tell I'm finna get some tacos today, huh? Shout out to all of the reality. Both, my guy David Jenkins says soft and hard shell. Okay. Extra sauce, Yes, indeed. But, let the storyline be for what it is. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and with these type of things. As it relates to the Cowboys, let me go ahead and pull this up right quick. And there are strong opinions. I love it. Let's listen.
Genti as the first running back off the board in the NFL draft. That's not going to surprise anyone. And I do have him going to the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I don't think he's getting taken at 12. I think they will have to move up into the draft in order to get Ashton Genti. But if they do that,
Hold on. Before he say any other thing.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Now, here's my thoughts with the 12th pick. Here's my thoughts with it. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go. Oh my gosh, man. Kanye Sada tacos. Oh yeah. Bria tacos. Oh my God, your boy. With the little dipping sauce. All right, so here's my thoughts with the moving up. Don't do it, Cowboys. Don't move up. This draft is good enough for you to stay put. Don't move up. I don't see anybody out of this draft is worthy to move up for. Put it in the chat. Who would y'all move up for? I don't see anybody that's worthy of moving up, because the reason why I say that is because first and foremost, with the 12th pick, you can sit still and there will be somebody to fall for you, right? It's not like we have the 19th or the 25th pick. We have the 12th pick, right? So what I'm saying, if you're in the second round or third round, then, hey, you can move up for those particular situations. I would rather slide back now, you know what I'm saying? That's how we got Parsons. I would slide back just a little bit, but don't get too cutesy, as they say. Hunter is Meek. Meek says Hunter would be someone you move up for. Mason Graham. No. I like Mason. Shout out to all of the Masons. Anthony Mason, Freemasons, free Tupac Mason, all of the Masons. I like the Masons, but let's not move up for them. Let's sit back and stay cool and calm and collected of where we at. And Hunter, I like Hunter, Let's go hunting, That would be a crazy thing, but he will bring a lot of circuses to the town with his romantic affairs, but that's a whole nother situation. Abdul Carter, I won't move up for him. I think that while we are at the 12th spot is the sweet spot. Somebody can be willing to move up to our spot and we can give them the world. Mason Jaws and everything. Come on. Yeah. All right, let's listen.
Do you think they could move up to maybe 8 with Carolina, 7 with the New York Jets, and to take a very, very top tier running back? Dallas obviously desperately needs a running game. They've got a new coach there. They've got to get this offense moving. Dak should be back and be healthy. You have CeeDee Lamb there, and they got to get this thing going. Schottenheimer, he has the opportunity here to take an incredible player to help instantly turn around this offense. I have Ashton Genti as the first running back.
All right, so with that being said, and shout out to his opinion, it's like hunting at the grocery store. That's funny. I would say this. You stay put. You make sure that when it's time for you to draft your selection, go BPA, the best player available. The time to get aggressive in this particular draft is right in the third round. Why, Law? We don't have a fourth round draft pick. And due to the new Rooney Rule law of the Lions, they get 2 extra third round draft picks. That hurt your bottom line. That hurt your bottom line for your 5th round draft pick because those are 2 extra bodies that's no longer there. So however that weird math works, you got to make sure that you get in front of that because the decision of not having that 4th round draft pick really cripples this team for these spots like linebackers and running backs. Right? I think that the Cowboys should double dip in running back, by the way. If we're going to bring in a philosophy of running the ball more, we can't do it with Deuce and Hunter, right? And I'm talking about Tiny Deuce Vaughn. These are the guys that's on our running back room for right now. The Cowboys, they must dance around a little bit. They must dance around a little bit for free agency, but I don't see that these guys need to move up. David says move up for Tet. Here's the reason why you don't move up for Tet. If it is the same set of circumstances or that we are at right now, moving up for Tet is us literally being starving before we go grocery shopping. You see, that's why it's so important to make sure you eat. Because if you see Tet out there and you say, man, I want to move up to get him, you're starving. That means you're going to sacrifice some draft picks and some draft compensation just to get that little appetite. Nah, but if you already made sure you did your necessary research and did your homework, you don't have to really reach for a Tet. And I'm not saying that he's not worthy. He can be Randy Moss on this next level. He can be all of those things. But it would be better for the Cowboys to have more solid picks than there are to have to get rid of some picks and move up for it, right? So that's all I'm saying. So be safe where you at. Don't worry about moving and these sorts of things. Now, I fixed some of these up. This is a draft, mock draft thing. We can do 4. We do 5. We do 5 rounds or what have you. And we're going to enter this draft as the Dallas Cowboys. As you notice, I didn't know that I was using me and when we was doing it with my guy, Attack on the Cowboys. They had all of those ads and stuff. And I got the premium package for PFF, and I could have just went there. We got premiums, baby. You know, appreciate everybody without the ads. There should be no ads on here. So let's go ahead and see what we can get done with these particular selections. We got the 12th pick, the 44th pick, the 76th pick, and the 150 pick, okay? So we're going to run this clock, and we'll see what we come up with. Appreciate you.
What's your point?
Appreciate you. Hey, come on with it. Wrong button. Come on with it. Come on, where my button at? Come on. Y'all killing me with this. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. We almost there. All right. I see you. Regina, let's get it. Tell them run it off for me. All right. Genty went to the Chicago Bears. James Pierce went to the 49ers. And we on the clock. We got Luther, not Vandross, but a Burden. We got Mike Green. We got Josh Simmons. And then you have Tyler Warren, Emeka, Kevin Banks. He slipped a little bit. Benjamin Morrison. Not Aisha. And we got Michael Williams. So with that being said, if this particular team, it states here we need a running back, wide receiver, tight end, edge rusher. All right, so if this is a situation that we hear, if we hear the news of, like, let's say, breaking news, the Cowboys trade away their 12th pick of the 2025 draft for Myles Garrett. Who's moving furniture around? Who's mad at this? If you switch and flip your 12th pick for Myles Garrett right now, will you be mad? You know, somebody said, Robert says trade down. Shout out to you, Robert. Who's mad at this selection right here? I need to know, because right now you got Luther Burden, you got Mike Green, you got Josh Simmons, Tyler Warren, Emeka or Emeka, depending on how you pronounce it, tomato, right? And then you got Walter Nolan, and then you got Shamar, Stewart. Yeah, you got all of those. So that is what you will look at. Luka doesn't look overweight. It's too broke to pay attention. All right, you said if you look at these positions right here, then you can flip it around to positions. Your best running back right now is Omarion Hampton, Cam Scatterboo, and Dylan Sampson and Caleb Johnson, according to PFF, right? And then if you flip that off and you flip this on and you go to your best wide receivers, you have Luther, Emeka, Matthew Golden, and then you have Omarion, how you said it, Elite. I'm going to kill that kid's name, the Stanford wide receiver. I don't like Stanford wide receivers, by the way, but that's a whole nother conversation. I like this Beck kid right here from TCU. And then you have Xavier and Savion Williams. All right? Luka is the future. What? Yeah, why y'all keep throwing me off at Luka? Who's Luka? Come on. Cam can be in the second. But we're going to go and knock this out. Hold on. Bear with me. Let's knock this out. And if we go on BPA philosophy, it will be.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
The Cowboys draft Luther Burden. All right, so with the 44th pick, we still need a running back, we still need a tackle, and we still need an edge rusher, or I think that they want to say interior defensive lineman. All right, so it is what it is for right here. I would look at this. We drafted a wide receiver. I got to get me a running back. Do you Cam Scatterboo, Dylan Sampson, Caleb Johnson, Travion Henderson, and then you got Judkins, Devin Neal. Oh, my goodness. If you look at this particular board, I believe people will be flipping the furniture over if we go get a Cam Scatterboo, But for sake of BPA, if this is their draft board and this is going to come out really crazy for the Cowboys to go with this particular world, and I say myself, what a wonderful world. Jeez. I would get Caleb Johnson over Cam Scatterboo. But this is just going by their philosophy right here. Jonah, he will be the best available tackle. And boy, there'll be some flipping of some furniture around here. All right, and then according to this BPA sample, and this is just a sample, so don't judge me, y'all. It would have been Quinn Ewers, So, and then you can't overdraft with another quarterback. That'll be crazy, right, the double dip. But I said that I want a double dip at running back. And then we'll go from here. I got my linebacker here. And then we are on the clock. I got my center here. Boy, they trying to give me all of the damn quarterbacks. That's the BPA. All right, let's see what the grade look like. And don't judge this grade, but I'm going to tell y'all, this is the grade. I get an A, but this is just going straight off of the BPA philosophy and formula. Would you guys agree with that? Would you guys say yes to this? Or would you just look at this and say, come on, Cowboy Nation, there's no way. There will be some movement of furniture and everything beyond. So that's why the BPA approach is a good one, but it's also a bad theory if you don't do your research and eat before you continue to draft. All right, so with that being said, that message was brought to you by UnderdogFantasy.com. Be sure to download Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code LAW. And with that being usaged, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and claim up to 50% deposit match on your selections. For example, you can run off with a lot of money. They got Saquon Barkley this week with 115 yards. If the Eagles want to compete in this game, even though the Kansas City Chiefs got the number 2 defense, if you really want to compete in these particular Super Bowls and win something out of it, I would go with higher, with Saquon Barkley. Because you know for sure, if they're going to do anything, they're going to have to run the ball. They're going to have to run that ball, and he's going to have more than 115 yards. But that goes to show you that that's the Underdog Fantasy, and you can pick higher or lower from there and make your selection with these particular things. Now, I would tell you the sweet spot to jump in is today because the week is still early and the numbers will be really, really there. King Pablo says under. Yeah, but, Saquon is their offense. He's going to get about 120 yards on the Kansas City Chiefs, even though they got the number 2 defense. I think that he's going to run the ball. I think the game plan is going to be run the ball with Saquon Barkley. Now, if they don't give him the touches and they throw the ball all over everywhere, then, hey, I would love that. I would absolutely flat out love that, ladies and gentlemen. But as we process this all the way through, we are hearing noise that 4 people was injured in a plane crash, 3 cars on the highway, and this all happened in this beautiful state of Texas. And we hope all is well. And this was another plane wreck, and we just want to show you guys that scene here. Now, somehow, I'm not trying to make joke of this, not try to make any light of this. But somehow, if you are in that area and you witness that plane landing upon cars and you seeing the people that's around that area and you want to help them, look, all you got to tell them to do is reach out to these individuals.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt. That's 214-817. And all of the 3s you can dial. Yeah. And that's Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, they got over a combined of 100 years of experiences there. They will point you and put you in the right direction, and they won't take advantages of you like those insurance companies. Yeah, it was another plane wreck that happened, and we hope all is well, with the people. Yeah. You see?
What people don't know.
Yeah, here, right here. Yeah.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! What the hell?
Yeah. And then they had this one right here. No doubt. Nevertheless, there was one that happened overseas and one that happened in Victoria, Texas. But 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind for the Cowboys Law Nation content. So be sure to reach out to me. I got someone in the chat already that's on the hotline. From the 908 Sway Zay. Man, what's good with your fam? You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrankelFirm.com. What you got for me?
What's going on, Law?
No mud, bro.
Cowboys, man. Like, I'm just, reminiscing, watching, the documentaries in the 90s, just, reminiscing even I wasn't there, but.
Right.
Yeah, man, we still going through it, man. Did you see the Grammys last night?
No, I didn't get a chance to watch the Grammys and stuff, man. Just didn't even get a chance to entertain. But what's going on? What happened?
Nah, you know, Kendrick won the Grammy for like the Not Like Us
Yeah.
diss track on Drake. Yeah,
Yeah. The first diss rap album to get all of those awards. I saw the highlights of it, you know. Mm-hmm.
And did you see who was the first person to stand up? Lucien Grange, he's the CEO of Universal, which is a white Jewish guy, but the politics and just everything.
Did he have the ponytail?
Nah, he didn't. He had the like I said, he had the glasses. Like he was like high fiving Dr. Dre.
Hey man, what you getting at, man? What you getting at, bro? You know, Law love the Jewish community over here, man. You know, I'm the number one fan over here.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, when people like, Drake is not like black or whatever. It's just when you look at it, like, they all look at it. Everyone is black. Like, it's not just like Black Americans. All like if you're black with the skin color, like you're black. Nah, I just want to have to discuss it because it happened last night. But let me talk to you about the team real quick.
Right.
We have to go offensive line in the first round. Like, I mean, that's kind of like what we have to do, right? Like, I know everyone wants Genty, but you have to go left tackle, right?
You saying we have to go left tackle?
I mean, yeah, because Guyton, he's clearly not fit to play left tackle, and you have to get someone to protect that Prescott. Like, that's the number one priority.
Well, we only had a Costco sample size of Tyler Guyton at left tackle when we all knew that moving from right tackle to left tackle was going to be a crazy growing pain, and then we had an old stubborn mule out of Mike Solari who's coaching him, right? So who probably the time them passed him by. So I'm not saying that Tyler Guyton will be a world beater at left tackle, but these are expectations, man, that we have to understand that you're going to get, even if we draft any of these left tackles. If Will Campbell or Kevin Banks, if you put him at left tackle, I think he's better at guard, or Josh Simmons, they're going to struggle at left tackle. Nobody's going to go pretty much unfazed at that spot because that's one of the hardest positions to learn.
I get what you're saying, but Terrence Steele is not the answer. Like, we're gonna have to get rid of Terrence Steele. Like, clearly he's just like that was like he's clearly like, can he be a swing tackle and play off the bench? Yeah, I think he could, but like to be a consistent starter at right tackle, like he's just not the answer. So it's like, what can we do with that position at right tackle? I mean, the only thing we could do is probably get someone at better value at left tackle in like the early first round, and then switch guy in at right tackle, right? Like.
Well, the thing is with Terrence Steele, he got $82 million. I believe 50 of that is guaranteed, a little bit north of that. So I wouldn't cut my legs off from under my feet. I will see if the new coaching staff can evaluate him, see if they can see anything good out of him. I can tell you that if you look at the film, the good thing about Steele is he a damn good run blocker. So if we're going to do a lot of runs, we may not see those turnstile Steele on those pass pros. So it could work out for us, bro, with new coaching philosophy.
Yeah, but even then, it's like the coaching philosophy, it's going to be, like I told you before, it's going to be the 2014, 2015, run the ball 25, 30 times. Dak Prescott, he lowers his passing attempts down to 25, 30, around that range. But it's like, in order to do that, you have to have a dominant offensive line, in my opinion. Like, I don't think you can consistently do that with the offensive line we have right now. So it's like, do you want to get Genty? Like, I know Genty is a star-studded running back, but
right,
you could get more. Like, it's a lot of running backs in this draft this year we could get in the later rounds, in third or fourth, we can have a running back by committee instead of hoping Genty can outrun the defenders like at the line of scrimmage, right? Don't you think so? Or
well, I don't know for a fact what Genty would look like in a Cowboys uniform, but I can tell you that his accolades from college, running back position is one of the easier ones to transfer from college to pros, right? So if the Cowboys look at Genty opposed to getting a non-skilled player like an offensive lineman, I can see it absolutely working here with Genty and then double dipping with the two running backs by committee thing in the pros or what have you. But if Genty there and if any of those linemen are there, I would love for the Cowboys to go and give us Genty instead.
What about this? Would you think about, like, let's say Genti is there, right? But
Right.
you have someone like let's say someone like I don't know where the Bengals are at, but like let's say someone like the Bengals say, hey, we actually need a running back for Joe Burrow to take the pressure off of him. We'll give you a second. We'll just trade. What the Bengals at? 18? Like where the Bengals located?
I don't. Yeah,
right?
yeah. They down the stretch. Far as drafting, I don't know exactly where they at, but yeah. What you getting at?
Yeah. I'm basically saying, like, if they say, all right, we actually need a running back even more, like we'll give you a second, this year and a second next year, and we switch first round picks. Like, would that be something you can consider? Because I just don't think drafting a running back in the first round is something that the team needs right now in order to get to a championship. I think overall, like, we need to be more strategic than blow our load and just say, let's drive a running back to, calm our fan base down. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Well, if that's the case, you talking about Joe Burrows, who's one can argue that he's considered a better quarterback than Dak Prescott, right? Do you agree?
I mean, everyone agrees, yeah. Okay,
and why would he need Genti and the Cowboys don't? Because he do have Jamar Chase and Higgins, and he have the tight end that's the tip of my tongue. I forgot his name. On top of that, he got Genti. Wouldn't he need, like, the calling card for the Bengals been that they haven't had an offensive line? Wouldn't they need an offensive line more so than a Genti?
I think it's surprising, but I think their offensive line is slightly better than ours. I really don't think the offensive line was good last year. And also, I'm just using that as a hypothetical because, like, overall, right, like, they don't have a defense. So in order for them to, basically control time of possession, they need a running game, right? And they need to take the pressure off, people blitzing Joe Burrow, especially like in these like close-knit games against the Bills. And, that's what the Chiefs like to do. Like, they like to blitz them and put pressure on the offensive line. So, I mean, they getting a running back to control time of possession, but also, leave their defense not out as often as they did last year is like beneficial to Joe Burrow. But, also, like I said before, like we did this with Ezekiel Elliott, but the difference between what we did with Ezekiel Elliott and drafting a running back in the first round is that the team was already set already. You kind of get what I'm saying? The offensive line was already set. The quarterback was already set. The wide receivers was already set. The defense was okay where we can live off, having that elite offensive side of the ball. We're about like 5, 6, 7 positions away from being competitive in even the NFC East.
I mean, you got to understand, we were 1 or 2 games from not making the playoff this season, for knocking out the Washington. 1 or 2 games away, and that's without your starting quarterback, and that's also without your other starting weapons on defense that you lost a lot of pieces of. And on top of that, the Bengals. Technically, they had a better defense than the Cowboys this past season, right? They had the 22nd or the 21st ranked defense. We didn't have that. So I get your point. I get your argument. But on the steel of it all, offensively speaking, one can argue that the Bengals had everything. They had Jamar Chase. They had Higgins. They had 2 good running backs over there because they went in the offseason to go get a running back. I think his name was Zach Moss or what have you, and Chase Daniels, Chase, whatever that kid's name. But man, they had weapons. But I'm hearing more and more excuses for them opposed to us. But I give it what you're saying, though. Should the Cowboys draft a offensive lineman to suffice the fact that you need protection up front for your quarterback? I think that those 2 things can be true. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said before, like if the running back position wasn't deep this year, then I would agree with everyone and say, all right, let's get Genti, let's get the star setter running back. We all gonna be hyped. We got a new shiny toy. But when you have players like Gordon from Oklahoma State,
but he's not a Genti though,
from Arizona State.
Yeah,
but I think they're good enough with the running back by committees where we could be satisfied with their running game instead of having someone where he still might not be. Because remember, Genti, he played for Boise State. I watched Genti games. Yep. His level of competition was very low at the Mountain West Conference. Like
how come the other running backs how come the other running backs when they run like next year should hold on, next year, should the next running back give us Genty numbers?
It won't happen because
why?
Because Genty is he's a
special. He's special.
No, I'm saying he's special in terms of the level of competition he's going against. What happened when he went against the big dogs, right?
But
he wasn't as special.
But that could be transferable to, because at the same time, those other running backs, if they had special offensive linemen, for example, if Ohio State running backs, Henderson and Junkins, right? If they got better offensive linemen, then they should always look special too, right?
No, I mean, in that theory, you
might be
correct in that theory, but overall, I mean, you have to, like, in terms of getting a first-round pick, especially a top 15 first-round pick, you have to factor in the level of competition. You just have to. You have to say, all right, the speed of the game, what he was going against, like the speed, the level of athleticism he was going against. Like,
did Barry Sanders, when he was in college, did he go to a top tier school in college?
Yeah, he went to Oklahoma State.
Is that top tier school compared to Alabama, compared to Ohio State? Is it
at that time? Yeah.
At that time,
Big 10 was Big 12. I mean, my bad. It was the Big 12. Big 12 was at that time in the 80s. I mean, in the 80s were like one of the elite conferences, right? Like the Mountain West Conference is one of the lower tier conferences when you're going against less competition. And I think that with this level, with the amount of running backs that is in front of us, like now, in terms of like the amount of running backs that's in this specific draft, I think it might be just a big mistake, and I think it would be a Jerry Jones move to get Genty.
Yeah, I think that would be, you just draft the best player available, and you sort that out, and then you say, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we can talk about, other things or other things that surrounding said players. Just like Ted, he's one of the better wide receivers that's coming out of this draft. But he didn't go to Ohio State. He didn't go to Alabama. He playing for Arizona and them, So I get it, bro. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, you can't dismiss what the eyes can see and what the stats generate, and that no one else is doing those things. But I appreciate you for calling in, bro. Thank you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Just say one thing real quick, though.
Go ahead.
And like I said before, if this was, the 2016 Cowboys where everything was set, like I said before, Genty would be the number, like it would be the first pick. Like I'm going with them. But we're about a couple years away from being competitive in terms of a championship. And I think that we have to have that same formula that we had in the early 2010s. You have to draft offensive linemen and solidify that front, especially the offensive line and defensive line first before you start getting skill positions, because you don't want to make the same mistakes Jerry was making, in the early 2000s.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, Swayze.
No problem. Bye.
All right. You get you a skilled player. I think that we've been drafting offensive linemen for a minute. I saw where my guy, and I hope that I got it still in my I still got it here. Attack on the Cowboys had this stat line up, and these were the top. These were the top five offensive skill positions in the first round since 1997. We talked about this a little bit before. You had Lamb, Zeke, Dez, Felix, Julius, and David LaFleur, right? All of those are your top skilled players that the Cowboys drafted since 1997. Everyone else been unskilled players, meaning that offensive linemen, guards, or what have you, defensive tackles and stuff like that, which is okay. What I'm getting at is that basically we can't continue to do the same thing over and over again expecting different results. Granted, I liked Simmons' tape. I like what he exhibit and exude. I like the philosophy of drafting offensive linemen. But Will Campbell, if he's worth the grain of salt, he shouldn't be there at 12, right? If Kevin Banks, if he's worth the grain of salt, if he's worth everything as an offensive lineman, there's no way he should fall to 12. Now, the Simmons thing is very unique because he had an ACL tear. ACL tear. in October. Can somebody in the chat list me 5 offensive linemen in NFL history, whether it's college or pros, that recovered from an ACL tear to become all world? Just let me know. And I want to know, because that is what we are banking on, is for him to come back from that ACL tear and be the same person that we seen before the injury. The odds of that is even slimmer, right? And there's no shade upon my guy Josh Simmons. You know, there's no shame upon that. But you can't evaluate something before the injury. It's like once that car is wrecked and damaged, it's pretty much wrecked and damaged. It's the Carfax. But that's just for what it is. I'm not finna leverage my future off of the empty expectations, because at the end of the day, it's gonna go back to that mystery box conversation that we had. Now you got a young spring chicken out of Ashton Genty, who I think that he haven't had an ACL, and I'm not trying to put one above the other. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is that when we get into this draft philosophy, we just got to make sure. We got to make sure that we're making the right and proper decisions. Don't go for the, oh man, this is what we need. Go with BPA. Draft not on an empty stomach.
Hold on. You have a choice. You can have the boat or the mystery box.
Are you crazy? We'll take the boat.
Take the
not
boat.
so fast, Lois. A boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. You know how much we've wanted one of those.
Then let's just...
We'll take the box.
We'll take the box. You gave up a boat for free tickets to a crappy comedy club.
Come on, Lois. You're acting like this is the first time I've ever done something stupid.
And this is the funniest part. He said, yeah, like this is the first time I ever did something stupid. Watch it.
I've ever done something stupid. You remember the time I was supposed to get that boat? A boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. You know how much we've wanted one of those. We'll take the box.
I'm not drafting an offensive lineman in the first or the second round. We can get O-line into free agency. I take a running back or a wide receiver in the first or second round. You know, it's crazy to me, and I appreciate you, man. I thank you, man. You know, yeah. Where my guy at?
Take the money out! All of it! Come on! Nobody. Wasting my time now, come on!
Shout out to you, Robert. You know, and I know Josh may be your nephew or something, you know. Somebody says, you know, Adrian Peterson, he came back spectacular, you know. Spectacular. But when you start talking about Adrian Peterson, who was at the time was like 212, maybe 215-ish, give or take. I think AP probably got up to 225. I don't know. But we talking about a 300-pounder. You know what I'm saying? That injury is still concerning to me. Yeah. I still like Simmons' Law. This is Franklin. Do you like? All right. So have you seen Simmons' tape post-injury? See, you like pre-Simmons. You know, you like pre-Simmons. You know, that's what I'm saying. You like the pre-Simmons before the injury, right? Yeah. So it's two different ones, and we haven't seen him post-injury. Now, of course, they're going to have their research department, and they're going to have all of their research to do these type of things and say X, Y, and Z, but those injuries can set you back. Look at it. Look how many people turned on Terrence Steele. At first, they couldn't stand Terrence Steele. Then they loved him, and now they can't stand him again, you know, because he's hurt. He's been battling through that injury. He still haven't recovered 100%. And he got money, you know. Simmons haven't seen or touched the kind of caliber of money that still can afford right now. So all I can say is that, you know, we got to understand that these are the realisms of it all. We haven't seen post-injury. Now, he can probably come back and walk on water, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, dog, they gave him a new knee, you know. Yeah, but I got the next caller. I got 202, then I got 201. Let's get it. And VIP, I see you in the chat too, man. I appreciate you. Hold tight. I got from the 202, you're live on the nation. Talk to me.
What's going on, Lord? Happy belated birthday, man.
Man, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Man, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what's going on with these Cowboys? These Cowboys fans, man. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, best players available means get somebody that can complement CD Lamb. That means a running back, you know what I'm saying? Genty, or wide receiver that can complement CD Lamb, and you can draft, like you say, you can get an offensive line and defensive tackle out of the free agent. But for the most part, we need to make this. If we try to make this team better, we need to get a playmaker, somebody that could put up some points.
Yeah.
Now we going to like we putting too much hope into this. Oh, we need to go get an offensive. We don't need. It's not a necessary need. That's like. That's like it's like over shopping. You know what I mean? Like going to the grocery store and you already got eggs in the refrigerator. You got cheese in the refrigerator.
Right.
All you need is bread. Why go get more eggs and why go get more cheese? Like that don't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? Like I just don't. I sometimes these Cowboys fans, they irritate me a little bit because they act like they know what they talking about as far as like. Because outside of CD Lamb, there's nobody else.
No other skilled player. Yeah, that's the reality of it. It's a difficult one, right?
Of it all.
Yeah.
On paper and on the field, there's nobody else.
Nobody.
We need somebody else that can put up the points. We need somebody that can open up everybody around the league. Mahomes, Burrow, you name them. All of them got weapons.
Yeah. The craziest thing is, bro, is that, and shout out to Swayze, I see his point, but at the same time, you mean to tell me Joe Burrows need more weapons? He need a Genty and Dak don't? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Chase, you got Higgins, you got they had the 22nd ranked defense, even though that defense is dog water, they still had a better defense than we had last year. I can't make this stuff up, right? So it baffles me. And they had the same amount of time and opportunity to go and improve their offensive line. It's been since the start of the history of Joe Burrows entering the league that all of a sudden he need an offensive lineman. When we were able to see Joe Mixon get 16 touchdowns in the regular season, over 1,300 yards on the ground, and somehow they still didn't have enough on the offensive line work, right? It just baffles me. But at the same time, I get it. I understand the arguments, but Joe Burrows, if he's better and he's by far the best quarterback that God ever created, how do he need more weapons and we don't? That's all I'm asking.
It just don't make sense. It sounds like he sound like Brandon. A lot of these Cowboys fans that keep calling in talking about we need offensive line, they sound like Brandon. They act like Prescott don't need no. Like Prescott get a running back. Prescott get another weapon outside of CD Lamb. If we get a defense that can turn the ball over, that man is going to show off. And it's proven.
Yeah.
It's proven. Just get the man what he wants and not what he wants. Get him what he needs.
What he needs.
Get him a running back. And give him a receiver. It don't matter.
It don't matter.
Just do the right thing. Just do the right thing.
Do the right thing like Spike Lee. And don't tell me Brandon Cooks is enough. You know what I'm saying? 5'8", 5'9". Yeah, you're on last leg, man. And shout out to Brandon Cooks too, though. By the way, but it wasn't enough to tilt the scale. Come on, you know.
He catch everything with his chest now. Like,
yeah.
We can't win like this. Like if we keep going into the season with the CD line, the man gonna keep getting injured. Man ended the season with a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
He went this far season. All I got to say, Lo.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, though, Chief. Thank you, man. There's no clone, Tyrone. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta wait, man, and sometimes when you're waiting too long, the things that you thought was good no longer be good. We need skilled players, right? And I get it. You know, I'm not finna take a dump on Josh Simmons, but we need to figure out, is he going to be the Vivica Fox of the old, or is he going to be the new Vivica Fox after that injury? We don't know, you know. But shout out to Vivica Fox, not to pull that analogy up, but that's just for what it is. For what it is. You know, they look, somebody put a side-by-side picture. Vivica Fox when you want her, and then Vivica Fox when she want you. You know, it's not the same, you know. So you just got to make sure everything is working out for his favor. Oh, okay. They got the picture right there. And shout out, she's still a lovely lady. But at the end of the day, these are not the same results. Before and after, you know. So come on with it. I'm just speaking that's why they don't invite me on the DallasCowboys.com. I got for the 201, 100 grand, baby. What's good with you, man?
Hey man, a lot of ways. We ain't gonna go down that way. We ain't gonna go down that path. We ain't gonna. You bad, man. You bad, man. You know this. You know what they say, Lord? Take me for how I am, Lord. You need to love me for how I am. You know?
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
Hey, she in the DM, Law. She in the DM, Law. You better watch out. Take me as I am, or have nothing at all.
They hit you with the real man. It wouldn't matter. The real man. If you was a real man, it wouldn't matter. That's what they hit you with.
Shit. Oh my gosh, man.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, it's in the eye of the beholder. Shout out to Auntie, though. There's Auntie now, man. Y'all better leave me alone. Leave Auntie alone, baby. This message is not approved by Frenkel, by the way. So, Vivica, if you ever hit a car wreck, please be sure to reach out to FrenkelFirm.com. One call, that's all.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pill at night.
Shit. Now, there goes my 6% of the women fan base that follow this channel now. Lord, you losing the women fan base now. You're a misogynist. You're a sexist, Lord. Oh my God, man. Oh my gosh, boy. But that's how it is, man. Every player that get cut now or released, come on, they go to the Cowboys. Cooper Kupp is 32, but I love how Cooper Kupp 4 years ago. Oh my gosh, man.
Lord, man. I don't get it, man.
Oh my
Just
God.
like the last caller said, man. I don't get it, man. And then Dak Prescott don't get it done, and you turn around and you blame it on Dak. But you wanted to get an offensive line, you wanted to get dudes for the defense, and you want Dak to come out with that same offense and say Dak couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
But all your favorites go and get weapons, and y'all talk about how great they are.
Oh yeah, Lamar Jackson look really good. Well, did you see Derrick Henry this year? Now Lamar Jackson, Saquon Barkley take a first play for 40 yards for a touchdown. I think it was 70 yards. My guy, 100 grand. Boy, Jalen Hurts better than Dak. I said, God dang.
Jalen Hurts done been to the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts is great. Jalen Hurts is this. He don't turn the ball over. Jalen Hurts this, that. And all he do is turn around and hand the ball off to Saquon. Come on, man. Make it make sense to me.
Boy, they act like we had the same set of circumstances. You know what I'm saying? A.J. Brown and Smitty and Saquon Barkley. Oh, man, the quarterback is better. Of course. You know?
Let me hit you with this. Law. Let's swap them out and put Dak Prescott there, right? You know what they'll say? Well, we need Dak Prescott for. All he's doing is handing the ball off to Saquon. Saquon carrying the team.
Oh,
Dak
my
Prescott
God.
getting paid all that money for nothing. Do they say that in Eagles land? No. It's just the Cowboys fans that say that. They would be trying to break it up. Man, come on, man. Come on, Dak need a pay cut. Is they saying Jalen Hurts, we need a pay cut? No.
Man.
But they would be saying that about Dak if Dak had two number one wide receivers and all that. Oh man, Dak Prescott is being carried.
Yeah.
That's what they would be saying in Cowboys land. But they not saying that about Jalen Hurts. They saying how great he is, how great that team is. Law, I never heard of, man, it ain't about the stats anymore. It's about how Jalen Hurts just wins. I've never heard that before. But with everybody else, with Dak Prescott, it's the stats this, it's the stats that. Now with Jalen Hurts got an intangible of he just knows how to win the game. It doesn't matter with the stats with Jalen Hurts. We're talking about him wrong. He just knows how to win.
But you know what?
Quarterback, they just move the goalposts with every other quarterback.
Right.
Make up all this crap. But with Dak Prescott, oh man, he's a turnover machine. Oh, it's what they had before? Yards that don't count, whatever. I forget what it was called. All this crap.
Dog.
Jalen Hurts to throw for 115. He just knows how to win the game.
God wins the
Bullshit, man.
But you know they'll pull up all type of metrics, man. Air yards, you know what I'm saying? Hey, turnovers. Turnover throws. The throws that could have been turnovers. Shit. Boy, they scrambling.
Jalen Hurts could do the same thing. Throw 2 picks, all this and that. Then stop throwing the ball, hand it to Saquon, they win. Oh, how great Jalen Hurts was. Dak Prescott could do the same thing, right? Win the game with throwing the football. Oh, Dak Prescott is trash. Jalen Hurts is way better. And that's our fan. That's Swayze and all these other guys that come on here and say how Dak Prescott was trash like that. But Jalen Hurts is great, man. He's amazing, man. He's better than Dak Prescott ever could be.
Yeah.
And he got the Avengers over there. But if
Avengers.
Dak Prescott had the Avengers over here, man, Dak Prescott's trash. This guy's carrying him. That guy's carrying him. The defense is carrying him. Just make it make sense. I wouldn't get on these guys if they just kept it 100. If they came on here and said, Jalen Hurts is being carried, man.
Yeah, that would have been understandable, right?
Then I'll fall back. You know what? You keeping it fair. You keeping it real. But it's not fair. It's not real. That's how you can tell, man. They got a bias. They got a bias, man. They got a bias.
It's crazy, man.
Just keep it real, man. That's why I want the Avengers over here. I want it over here. Why does Dak Prescott got to do it all by himself? oh, let's get an offensive lineman and let's get guys for the defense and we'll be better and let's go. But Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, all these other guys can get weapons. They can get wide receivers, running backs, dudes that run 4-2.
Man. Boy,
Win games and win Super Bowls, and Dak Prescott sucked. Dak Prescott sucked, and he got guys in the 5th round, 6th round, 4th round. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Make it make sense, Law. Make it make sense.
Make it make sense,
Make it
man.
make sense. It just don't make no sense. And you know what they're going to bring up?
What they gonna
see what Washington did? Terry was already there.
Yeah.
Terry was there already, and he was trash.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Now, add on top of that, didn't they trade for a cornerback over there, Law? Didn't they trade for him?
Yeah, they did.
Didn't they trade for him? Didn't he do wonders over there besides the playoff game? And didn't it was the Commander Cowboys over there. People don't remember that. They just think that Quinn went over there and had the same team that Rivera left. No, he brought Cowboys over there.
Yeah, and he brought linebackers. Yeah. They're not like they wouldn't chop liver, man. But it is what it is, man.
They barely won. But Jaden Daniels is great. Jaden Daniels did it all by himself.
Yeah.
Man, they barely to the playoffs. If we didn't have the injury, they beat the Giants by only kicking field goals. But y'all want to sit here and tell me Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in the division behind Jalen Hurts?
Come on with it, boy. You ain't lying, bro.
Because they went to the playoffs. See, this is why you can't just look at they went to the playoffs, so we behind and we gonna be in last place because they went to. Sometimes you can back into a playoff run.
Yep.
Sometimes you can just back into getting into the playoffs and catch teams at the right time. So all y'all talking about how Jalen Daniels is great and he's awesome. Eli Manning should be one of the top quarterbacks in NFL history. But y'all don't see it that way based off y'all metrics.
Man, come on with it, man. I appreciate for calling in, man. Nah, you spitting the truth, man.
Let me go,
man. Appreciate you, man. And hey, you gotta try some of this though, man. You know, you gotta try some of this shade, man. It's very smooth, bro. It's very smooth.
I definitely got to do it. I definitely got to do it.
But appreciate you, man.
Gotta do it,
no doubt, bro.
I know you had a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Appreciate you, man.
Right, man.
No doubt. That $100,000. And speaking of that, let me see if I can pull this up. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. Bear with me. Let me see.
Joe Montana played with more Pro Bowlers than any quarterback in NFL history, but no one ever used that as a knock on him. Steve Young was an average at best quarterback in Tampa till he went and played with the great players in San Francisco. It's not a knock on him. They're both in the Hall of Fame. So Jalen doesn't throw for 350 every week. Guilty as charged, but he wins. And he leads the Philadelphia Eagles offense to now 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. How many guys in the history of the league have done that? But we find a reason to knock him. I don't get it. I don't know when this happened, but there's definitely a defining moment in sports talk where we didn't just see a quarterback play his ass off and win without having to couch it as, well, he's a product of the system, or he's only winning because he's got talented guys around him. Joe Montana played with more.
How crazy is that? That guy, every time I hear that guy, it sounds like he's drunk, you know? But the reality of it is that all quarterbacks, from Joe Burrows to Steve Young to Joe Montana, you need weapons. Tom Brady, people will say, hey, man, you know, he won without weapons. And those are people who didn't watch football, who didn't understand football, that he had the first 3 Super Bowls. They had the number 1, number 2 defense. And they had a kicker that can make the kick. If you take the kicker away, he loses those football games, right? In the Super Bowl. And sometimes teams can be built to a degree, whereas you don't need a Jerry Rice or Randy Moss. You need good defenses. You need to have the ability to run the ball. Yeah. Soundness, and of course the luck and the foolishness of certain other things that can need to be put into place. Yeah, he would have at least 3 less Super Bowls if a team just run the ball. I know for sure. Atlanta Falcons, all they had to do was run the ball 3 times. They win that game in that Super Bowl. Literally, somebody said it's 3 runs if the Atlanta Falcons just run the ball 3 times. It literally, they didn't even have to give yards. If they just took 3 knees. Yeah, if they just took some knees, they would win that game. Seattle Seahawks, all they had to do was put the ball in the belly of Marshawn. And they win that game. But neither here nor there. I got the next caller on the line. I got the 206. Then I got the 815. Keep it live with us, baby. Hey, all right, from the 206, you're live on the nation. That is MJ. Talk to me.
What up, Law? How you doing, brother?
Hey, all is well. Can't complain.
Hey, you got to remember, too, Atlanta, if they would have ran the ball, they'd have beaten New England.
Yeah. If they just took 3 knees, if they'd have kneeled it, literally, there's stats out there. If they'd have just kneeled the ball 3 times, they win that game. Shit.
You can't make that up. New England would have lost 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
One to Atlanta, Dan Quinn would have won, and to the Seahawks. Unbelievable. But they want to be the passing king.
Yeah. And I'm not taking away from Tom Brady because he lived through 2 eras. The era of we were still a run era because people was trying to, because it's a copycat league, people were trying to replicate what the Denver Broncos did with John Elway running the ball. The Ravens did it. The Bucks did it. They all was run-heavy teams, not pass-heavy teams. To a degree, even the Seattle Seahawks, who went to the Super Bowl to ultimately lost it, they were a team. They were a team that ran the ball with Sean Alexander and them, and the only team that was an outlier for the first parts of that decade was the 99 Rams. The 99 Rams, and I think Belichick, when he got the tapes and everything and learned how to cheat against that, he eliminated the Rams on their pathway.
Like you make good sense, like I was saying earlier. Well, whoever they get, the halfback or receiver or deep tackle or corner, I'll be happy. So I'm not tripping. You just got to, whoever there and make good sense. But I'll try to trade back one time, not in the first, or like you say, if you don't want the player you want, and everybody about the same, then I'll trade back and try to make up for that 4th pick. But other than that, they don't. Oh well. But I just want to see what we do. Who else do you need? We need a deep offensive line coach, or do we need what else we got to pick up?
We got the offensive line coach. We got the running backs coach now. So those are 2 things that I'm going to say to you.
Receiver coach.
Yeah, we got a receiver coach. The guy that looked like C.D. Lamb a little bit. Yeah, we got him. Yeah, with the high top fade. We did the episode on that yesterday. So I think we all secured. I think we just need a qualities controls guy and the quarterbacks coach. I think that those are the few other positionings that's open right now.
Okay. So he put his stuff together, good style. He did it.
Yeah.
The young coach already know what he wants. He put that good. So I still hear Arizona fans is hot. They over there pissed off. Man.
Yeah, they crying over there, man.
Oh, they over there crying. So we got them like they be doing us. We stole from somebody like they always steal from us. So thank you. And they got to get Saudi credit. So I'm like, okay, let me get this to go with my scheme. And We could be dangerous. But
You know what, Marv? The two spots that I like that the Cowboys did that can really get us in the right direction is getting that the White Cotton, the defensive line coach, and Clayton. So you can add their names together. Clayton, White Cotton, those two spots right there, the O-line coach and the D-line coach. Both of those boys bring tenacity, temperaments to the table that I believe that we haven't had here in a minute. So I think that those were the two underrated signings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other guy, though, the guy ain't know the Bears defense. I watched the Bears defense. It was the offense. If they would have had a good offense, they would have made the playoffs, man.
Yeah.
They had a top 10 defense every year.
The number 12 defense last season, right?
I know.
Yeah.
And their corners, and look, like I said, remember, you kept, man, give me that corner from Chicago. Give me that corner. We got that coach here.
Yeah. You talking about what he was able to do with Jalen Johnson. So now, if you look at Jalen Johnson's game, a bigger physical DB on the outside, right? That can redirect, got good hips, and that can really be a ball hawk guy, but he really plays just sound. He don't give you a lot of tons of interceptions, but if that ball is in the air, he's going to pick it off. If you look at the body makeup of Bland, it's similar to Jalen Johnson. So if this coaching staff can get Jalen Johnson type of player out of Deron Bland, because Deron Bland, he plays sound, but he tends to, when he's beaten. So hopefully we can just keep him from being beaten, and we can see better play out of his skill set.
And, guess what, guys?
Yeah.
The guy is good. His safeties always be good.
Oh, yeah. You talking about Flus. Yeah, Flus safety game is always on point. Yeah.
Man, and the Bears, they safety was good and the corners. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
If you don't talk about that. Right. And the guy, like I say, if he get some beast D linemen to go, this going to help out my boy. He's back. Remember the guy from Auburn that came from the D tackle we got back?
Yeah, the big boy. Yeah, his name tipped my tongue. Rogers.
Now
yeah,
he get to rush upfield too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Rogers getting back in the building. That will pay. It will pay in for us. Yeah, that would be good for us.
They get the rush, and they get Osa back. But like I said,
you got to pay for him. You got to pay for Osa. You got to pay for him. Yeah.
But I like the deep tackle from Nebraska. Ty Robinson's a beast, man.
Big boy. Yeah.
Woo. That boy's a big. Ain't no big long. This boy moves, hustle. That's what you need. Hustle players.
Yeah, his motor pretty good. I have a workshop video on him in a few, so stay tuned.
Oh, you about to get it?
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. Ty Robinson.
And I watched a few corners too. It's some good corners out there, y'all. So it's a lot of corners. So, but I'm just excited. We're going in a new direction, and the offense will be very dangerous.
No doubt.
The receivers, Law, before I leave, the play calling we got now, it's going to open up your receiver game. These receivers going to be happy.
Yeah, I'm going to like if we get a Trey Harris or if we get Higgins. I want a bigger wide receiver. I like Savion Williams. I like Matthew Golden too, but I want a bigger receiver, man. Matthew Golden, he's about 6'1". I will still like him, but I want me a receiver that can play that X role that can complement CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, I'll get a big old 6'5" receiver.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? 6'4", fast.
Damn.
But like I say, Mingo and them going to turn it off for y'all. Flooring, because I know Flooring was killing in the couch. But McCarthy, he just pissed me off. Wouldn't play the guys, man. And that guy, Shotty saw that. Shotty saw a lot of things y'all don't see. Shotty like, He didn't want to, he didn't want to be a hater. But when he went in that meeting and he sit down with you, Law, and told you how he was going to run that offense and show you his vision, what this could do for your receivers.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
Woo!
He excited you.
Hey,
You know
hey, this has got to be able to block, though, because we're going to be doing a lot of running, and I can't wait to see that, to get into a philosophy or an identity. And I think that is the most important thing, is to get into an identity, because we've been the no identity boys for a long time. I would say we can make the argument that we've been a no identity, Marv, since 2006.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No identity.
Yeah, boys. Yeah.
Well, we trying to make our quarterback Dan Marino.
And he's not
That's why everybody hates the guy.
Yeah.
Because I was excited when I went to the first practice in 2016, and then I was in the stands in the game against the Los Angeles Rams, and I said, man, I was in the stands, I said, man, we got a quarterback. We stole one. Yeah. And everybody was excited, and they came back with this foolishness. Let's try to make him like Dan Marino, so everybody can hate the guy.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, MJ. Thank you.
How about them Cowboys, and let's go.
Let's go.
Boy, Swayze, stop crying. When Swayze come on, I want you to play the Cry Baby, like my boy want a VIP say. Play the that song, the Slurpees, and put the baby in there when he come on. When Swayze come on there, play the Slurpee song, man.
Man, appreciate you for calling in, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah. And I see my guy Ghostface game, and I couldn't get to your comment earlier. But when people say that Dak Prescott had all of that, and they point to the 2021 year, how many years have it been for the Eagles to have all of that? Is this the first year that they had A.J. Smitty, Dallas Goedert in some type or shape, form, or fashion of running back? And when we start talking about Ezekiel Elliott running the ball in 2021, were those, and I'm just going to be real with y'all, and I'm not taking a dump on Zeke, but were those yards equivalent to what we seen out of Derrick Henry? Or did those 1,000 yards when he was running the ball, it looked like it was a struggle fest. It didn't look like it was easy. It didn't look like it was easy. And on top of that, if we were such a good team of assembling that, why blow it all up the following year in 2022? It would have been nice. It would have been very nice to at least keep some of the base together and head that into 2022. But they didn't do that in 2021. You're supposed to build upon those things. Name me a team that you see all of that goodness and then they blow it up every time. Like if we go all the way back to not just Dak Prescott, but if we go back to 2014, right, when we assembled that team together, the following year we blew it all up. We blew it all up. And Brandy, yes, thank you. Thank you. She says Ezekiel Elliott wasn't prime Zeke in 2021. Now, granted, people love to point out those stats. 1,000-yard receiver, 1,000-yard back, another 1,000-yard receiver, and a 4,000-yard quarterback that was throwing the ball, but with 0 postseason victories. Yeah, and I get all of that. But y'all, let's be real. When we going to look into the mirror and say to ourselves in 2021 that we had the luxury of that same running back that everybody said with 1,000 yards was able to do crazy good numbers like we've seen even out of a Derrick Henry or Jahmyr Gibbs. Don't y'all know Jahmyr Gibbs, 7.5 yards per run. And I'm not beating up on Zeke. Shout out to Zeke. Shout out to Mama Zeke and Daddy Zeke. You know, they're good friends and followers of the channel. But it wasn't the same. I got my dog, man, from the 815, Brandon, not Rick, but Ross. Man, what you live on the nation, man, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. What you got for me?
I want to tell Law Nation and Law Nation Sports to the people that's listening. Law is really good. Law did all that. He said all, like.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
No, you did all that. You knew I was next, and that's why you wanted to make sure you pointed out that little BS line about, in 2021 he had. I'm not even gonna take the bait on that argument because y'all want to rewrite history. But I'm not even going.
Wait a minute.
not to go there. Y'all trying to read. Y'all trying to rewrite history.
What? What we trying to do?
Law, don't do it, Law. Y'all rewriting history. Don't let that siren. Ooh, Law. I'm $100,000 was saying. $100,000 was saying some stuff. I don't agree with him, but he was saying some stuff that I'm like, okay, or whatever. But then he started, Law, you let him talk too long because he said something. Law, thank you. Law, I don't want
What'd you say?
Because I like $100,000, but he was talking too long and he said something, and I'm like, ooh, he gonna want that back.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
When he talking about somebody bagged into the playoffs, yeah, you can bag into the playoffs, but you can't bag into the Super Bowl. So I hope that wasn't because he went on to talk about the team that's in the Super Bowl, and I'm like, I hope he ain't trying to say, like, look, I'm finna say this. Man, Law, please, I hope you give me time.
No, you can bag into the Super Bowl. We seen that the first time the Eagles made it to the Super Bowl. Hold on. Let me be Law right there. Let me be Law. They beat a terrible Giants team, and they beat a horrible hurt 49ers team, right? Because old boy got hurt, and they had to put in the backup quarterback, and they made it to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, that's Law. Okay.
Wait a minute. Look. Yes or no? They beat the Giants. The Eagles beat the Giants. You remember, right? They made it to the postseason. Right. They beat the Giants, if my memory served me correct. And that was the Daniel Jones Giants, right? And they were saying that, hey, the Giants were the Giants. They snuck into the postseason. They didn't belong there, but the Eagles whooped their butt. And then the Eagles had to play the 49ers. On the first or the second play, they knocked Brock Purdy up out of there. I remember my brother was laid out like Family Guy that year, and he was pissed off that his quarterback Brock Purdy hurt his arm, and then they went to the Super Bowl.
Law, I don't disagree with what you're saying because that's the fact. But I'm gonna stick because you trying to make me the very offensive Dak Prescott, and I
know that's where you go. That's where you go, my brother. Be who you are. I accept you. You know what I'm saying? Well, you just like, you ever seen that movie, bro? They had Mr. Glass in there, and then they had the guy that couldn't break his bones. I forgot the name of that damn movie. But a villain is always necessary. You the villain right now. You the villain. That's okay. You the villain versus Dak.
Well, look. Law, please give me time. Okay. So, y'all, look, law allows people to misrepresent what some people say on this show, namely me.
What?
I have never in the history of calling in on this show, I have never said, don't give Dak more help. I've never said
that.
True
that.
But what I have done is I pointed out the fact that we had CeeDee Lamb. No. We had Amari Cooper, not Amari Cooper in Cleveland. Amari Cooper when he was the best route runner in the league.
Right.
We had him. We had facts or not.
Those are facts. I can't refute those.
We had a young CeeDee Lamb, not the top 5 wide receiver you see today, but he was at least at the time top 20. That's facts.
Right.
We also had Noah Brown, Ced Wilson, who Coach Marv also at one time called him Chris Carter, but I'm not even gonna go off into that.
Yeah.
But y'all called me crazy.
But
y'all called me crazy. But we also had Jason Witten, and if y'all want to say we did not, now y'all okay. If y'all want to rewrite history, okay. Maybe Zeke wasn't rookie season Zeke, but we don't say we did not. That did not have talent. Okay, now should we still want to have talent and accumulate talent and have like a Philadelphia Eagle type? Of course. Duh. But Law, I'm not gonna let you off the hook. You know better. Jerry Jones has been this. Jerry Jones has not really gotten us help since T.O. That's the last time we really was like, okay, we're going to get a big fish. We don't do it. We have not done that in a long time. Law Nation Sports know that, but he allow you clowns to come on here and act like, oh, well, we don't do what the Eagles do. We have never done that since T.O. We have stopped. We have not been in the business of bringing in big fish. Law, is that a lie, or am I just talking?
Nah. So my point. So my point. No, but hold on. Let me get in on this, man. So my point is that you got to give Dak Prescott some help, because even though hold on, even though okay, you do agree with that. Okay, good. Whoa.
Are you shitting me?
Come on, so go ahead.
But we agree with that. But don't. But y'all sitting up here wanting to say, "Oh, we don't do it." When have we been did that? We've been saying. Remember when the Rams was like F-thumb picks? We were screaming then. Hey, why don't we do it? Because we don't do that. I hate some of these fans because they act like they just became a Cowboy fan yesterday. Like
so at this thing. So I need to know then.
What's your point?
What's your point there, Brandon?
What my point is, I agree with Law. Go get Myles Garrett. Go get help for your defense to put an elite defense behind 2 and 5 Dak. Because regardless of what, and also y'all keep calling Brian Schottenheimer shoddy. He hasn't won the game yet, but okay, when Dak lose, y'all gonna be blaming him. But back to what I was saying. Do what Law said. Go get Myles Garrett. Go bolster up your defense. Bolster up your defense. Yes, go get Dak some talent, but I don't know if they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to want to bolster up the defense. But that's what I feel like they should do. Regardless, you still stuck with your number one problem. That is Rain, Dakota, Prescott, 2 and 5 Dak. Shout out to Law. Shout out to Law Nation. How about them Cowboys? And man, look, you are what your record says you are. Law, stop lying to these people. He's 2 and 5. Goodbye.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, this is crazy. I'm lost and I'm stuck for words right now. I'm searching for words, you know. You know, I got to say this, man. This right here, I got to do this, man. You know, hold on tight for me, y'all. Hold on. Because this is gonna have to fit in for my guy Brandon, you know. I got to, you know, and I'm creating it as we speak because it didn't make sense, man. It didn't. So while I'm downloading that, I just gotta play this, you know.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
What's your point?
Shit. Oh my gosh, man. Because what is going on? And because at one point he said, yeah, you know, Jerry haven't provided anything. But then on the other point, it's Dak Prescott's fault. They're like, come on, which one is it? Is it a tomato or potato? You know, which one is it? Which one do you like? You know, jeez. You know, I just need to know for my mental clarity, is it a tomato or potato? You know, which one do you like? There's two different things, though, by the way. What's your point? The points of it. I award you no points. Hold on. Let me save that as a cue indicator of a new drop, because I got to. I'm gonna call it the Brandon. Man, we love you, man. You know, but we're gonna use you as the new drop of the day. You know what I'm saying? Jeez, man. Hold on, let me see if I can get that point together. You know, because at the end of the day. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Oh my gosh, man. Oh my God. I need to figure out what was the whole point of him rambling, scrambling, and scraping. Man, Brandon, man, you go. Let me see.
What's your point?
All right, give me 1 second, y'all. I got to build this into my soundboard now. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if it's in there now.
What you just said.
Yeah.
Is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Yeah. That's new. Is now in my soundboard for eternity. All right, so now I got the next caller, and how befitting it is, Brandon, that I got from the VIP hotline for your mind. Come on with it.
Lord, VIP, it is Brandon's daddy. You know, Lord, he was scrambling, scraping, sucking, and slurping. What the hell was he even talking about? What is your point, Slurpee? Oh, my God. So we're telling me, Slurpee, that Jerry Jones and Rain Dakota Prescott sit in the room and they recruit free agents together? Law, please, Law, put that goddamn slurping machine up. Law, listen, we got to get to the point, Law, where I need to put hands on somebody, Law. I need Slurpee and Sweetie Swayze in one ring, Law. Please line them up. Law, what the hell are they talking about? Are you shitting me? I'm real confused. Law, there was 4 minutes of my life that I can never get back, Law. First he said, Jerry don't want to go get nobody. We understand that, a-hole. That's why Zach is in a position. Then he says, it's Dak's fault. Then he says, oh, no, I agree with you. Then he starts slurping over himself. He's scrambling, slurping, and scraping. Love, make the math master.
All I
This is why I
ask.
love 100. This is why I love NJ. This is why I love 15. This is why I love Toxic Tom, because we are real fans that can really see what's going on.
Oh my gosh, man.
Lord, I don't know, Brad. Every time he get on, he sounds like he got a big D in his mouth. Listen to his voice. He got
Wait a minute.
Look, Slurpee, slurp. This is what I'm gonna need you to do, Slurpee. I know you're lost in the sauce and you have nothing else to do with your life. So you want to play the villain. You're not a villain, B. You're not. Don't even give him that title. He's not a villain. You are a victim, bro. You're a victim of your own ideology. You are so lost in your own head that you have slurped yourself to sleep. You know how you slurp yourself into a brain freeze? He has slurped himself into a brain freeze. You came on here slurping. I'm still trying to figure out what was your point.
I think that the point was Jerry, Steven, and Dak, all three of them got to go. That's the problem. All three of them the problem. Everybody else is great. In those postseason games, I guess that, everybody else were spectacular. But them three right there, they got to go, VIP. They got to go. They got to go.
Because if I remember, I was watching the greatest route runner he was talking about running curl routes. I was watching the greatest runner, the wide receiver he ever talked about, that had to get X out of games because he wanted to, because he wasn't that type. He was going to speak his voice. So once he spoke his voice,
And this is what I heard this is what I heard through the loopy, that once he spoke and rose up and said, "Look, man, I'm good on these curls. Can we do something else?" And also, my quarterback said he liked option routes. Your boy Mike took that out of his plate. So, just make the math to me. We're talking about what Zeke did. We're talking about the playoffs. We didn't talk about the defense didn't show up for them playoffs. So which one are we? What are we doing? What the hell are we talking about?
Man, it's crazy, man. Man, I'm about to call you 100 grand. Man, VIP.
That's all right. That's my brother. I understand.
What else you got before I let the next caller on?
Before you let the next slurp on. I mean, not the next slurp. The Slurpees already came on. I want to say this, Law. My birthday is 18 days away from yours. Maybe that's why we had this connection, Law. Happy belated born day, B. I'm glad you got to enjoy it. I'm just mad that you have to endure this Slurpee. The Slurp Nation. You got Sweetie Slurpee. You got Slurpee Senior. Well, how many Slurps can you deal with, Law? Law, I'm paying for you to go see a psychiatrist, a Slurpee psychiatrist. All right, Law? A Slurpee psychiatrist is what you need. All right, Law?
Hey, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. My God. Man. Oh, my God. Next, we got the 585. We got Dr. Q from the 210, and we got the 305. So what we have here is the 585. You're live. Tariq, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com.
Yeah, what's going on, Law Nation? How you doing, man? Happy belated birthday.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
What's going on, Cowboy Nation?
Yeah.
Yeah, my boy tripping, man. You cannot put all the blame on Dak Prescott. Everybody knows that Dak Prescott is one of the best play action quarterbacks in the league. He is not a pocket quarterback like that. So they should have never been running him out of shotgun all these years like that. We're not saying that he can't do it.
Right.
But it's not helping him. You know what I mean? It's not helping him get over the hump. You got to work to your players' strengths.
Facts.
Jared Goff is a play-action quarterback. That's why they went and got the running backs they needed. That's why they got the wide receivers they had on that team, because they run better in the play action.
Right.
When they get out of play action, that's when you see stuff start breaking apart with their team, because they're not playing their game.
Right.
We had a game at one time, and people could sit here and say, "Oh, it's Dak's fault, this, that, and other." But it wasn't Dak's fault when he was a rookie and he played against Green Bay, Mike McCarthy's team, and almost beat them. He brought us back as a rookie. The defense gave that game up.
Yeah.
He did all he could. But nobody want to give him credit for that. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Then you got to understand something, too, with the bad play caller of Jason Garrett when we played the Rams. And the defense let us down in that game, too. But we have too many years of Dallas Cowboy football when we can sit there and call out the play sitting down watching TV, because we so basic. We got to break out of being basic and get the right weapons on this team for Dak Prescott. Because if you give him the right weapons, then you can criticize him. Then you can say he didn't get the job done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm tired of us criticizing this dude so much. I understand. I don't like when he has that dumb look in his face in the playoffs neither.
Facts.
Or when he has
Facts. You speaking facts, man.
I don't see that look. I've seen that look.
It's those scary eyes, you know.
Yes. Deer in the headlights type of action. I'll be like, damn, we about to lose today because of that look alone.
Right.
You know what I mean? When he ain't looking like that in the crucial game, I'm like, oh, we got a chance to win. You know what I mean? But when he got that look, oh, man, we lose every goddamn time.
Yeah.
But the Joneses have to understand, because, you know, I hope that the Joneses understand that in order to make it further than what they've been making it, you got to spend money, man.
You have
to spend money in free agency, because free agency sets you up for the better draft. That's how Philadelphia is doing what they're doing. They set themselves up for the better draft, because you remember when they started drafting the big boys, I call the defense Georgia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got a national championship defense over there on their team, but nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All Georgia players.
Yeah, they do.
Come
They do
on,
have
man.
that. They do have that.
You know what I mean?
But it's one of those things. Let me see. I'm looking for that clip so that people can understand what the hell you talking about on their face. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm finna find that clip right now, and it's that look that we all know that we're like, damn, we ain't coming up out of this.
That open mouth.
Yeah.
That open mouth looking up in the sky.
Yeah.
Looking dumb as hell.
Oh my God. Yeah. Look.
And look, can I say this one more thing?
Go ahead, do your thing.
Is it just me, or do Dak Prescott need to get a different face mask on his helmet? Because I think his peripheral vision be messed up the way the bars are set up on the side of his helmet, and I don't see that on people like Jalen Hurts' helmet. He sees everything. Dak doesn't see everything because
it's small details.
Helmet,
Yeah.
he can't see every damn thing. I don't like that face mask. Never did.
Yeah.
But maybe he's comfortable with it. But my thing is, and that's not an excuse, Cowboy fans.
Not an excuse. Yeah.
But I think his vision is impaired sometimes. I don't know. It's just me.
You're right. Yeah. It's a long day, man. I got the photos up now. When you see that look, it's a long day, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But I don't blame him all the way. I blame the Joneses for not putting quality running backs on this team, quality players. We the only team that brings back their old players. We brought back Jason Witten when we should have been using Escobar or something like that. You know what I mean? When we should have been using certain players. We run back Zeke. We the only team that does this dumb shit.
Yeah.
Trying to save money. We the only team, and then us as fans, we're frustrated.
Well,
because we see it.
Yeah.
They're not putting the money.
Hey, Rick, I got it up right now. When you look at that face, the score 0-0. You know what I'm saying? But when I saw that face, I said, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Get that look off of him, man. You know, it's just going to be a long-ass day. When he looking around like that, I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? Come on, where the Illuminati payments at, man? Come on. Y'all got to send that stuff over, man. Come on.
Go get Dak Prescott 2 running backs. Go get him a veteran running back and get him still a decent veteran running back, and go get him a nice rookie out of this draft.
Yeah.
And go get him a tall 6'4", big dude receiver with some speed on him, and let's rock and roll and build this defense.
Yeah.
That's what I think will help us win.
Yeah,
But
it
if
will,
we
man.
keep doing it the cheap way, we're not going to win anything. We're just going to be frustrated.
No doubt.
That's
man.
all I got to say.
No doubt, man. Appreciate
right.
you, man. Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah. And we're not saying this out of hate or to troll them, but what I'm saying is I'm being real with y'all. It's just like when I see 2 Daks, when I see that sweaty Dak, we losing. When I see that Dak, we losing. You know what I'm saying? We losing, dog. We ain't winning. You know what I'm saying? And when I see this Dak before the game, we losing, dog. It's just for what it is. It's just like you learn to read body language. You learn to read these type of things. And God will give you signs and wonders, you know. So it never been a game where you saw him looking like that and we win. That's just for what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. I need to have somebody on the side of him telling him, come on, we got this. Come on, get out of your head. Hey, maybe he need to read a book. I don't know. But when he looking like that, it just seems and appears. And this could be all conspiracy theory over here. You know, but I want to see him fired up. I want to see him getting back at it. I want to see that anger, that face. They call it when Tom Brady, I'm not saying that Dak need to be like Tom, by the way, but they said Tom was psycho. You know, the dude was psycho. Troy, psycho, you know. I'm going back, you know. Roger Staubach, I wasn't really alive during that time, but I saw the sidelines of his countenance on his face. That's just all I'm saying. You can tell a lot about a person from the countenance of their faces, right? They said a baby, when they see a person that's ugly, they start crying, right? But when they see a pretty person, they start goo-goo, gaga, cuckoo, right? But it's just something about their face, you know, when they look up, and they looking at you, you know, they crying because they can only go by your facial expression, you know, but and vice versa, you know, sometimes a baby can be ugly enough only a mother could love. But y'all get what I'm saying. I'm just telling y'all the truth. So somehow, that's a nigga said, "Law shaking my head." It just, man, it just when you see it, you know. When you see that picture and the countenance on his face, it just does something, man. And even when I got to say this, I got to point this out. Just cheer him up, man. We need a motivator, somebody on the sideline. I guarantee you, during the days and the ages of, dare I say, Michael Irvin, he wouldn't allow that to happen to Troy. He would at least be chirping on the sideline. Maybe we need somebody to chirp a little bit on the sideline. Yeah. So that's all I'm saying, you know, not to take a dump on his brother, you know what I'm saying? but this by far is one of the funnier ones. I got to pour this up, man, because we don't see this throughout the league. You know, this was somebody else who gave him the say. They tried to cheer him up a little bit. It wasn't enough though. This person tried, but come on. Let me get my guy on Dr. Q. Yes, indeed. Dr. Q, you live on the Nation Man for the 210.
Bro, you funny as hell, man. Hey, man. Look at this dude rubbing his head.
It's rubbing his head. That took me, man.
That's crazy, man. Hey, man, my goal today was just to sit back, listen to everything, and enjoy the show, man. But I had to get on here, brother. I had to. Hey, man, VIP and this other caller you just had, 585, man, they're speaking gospel truth, bro. Speaking gospel truth, man. That other guy, he sounds bipolar, bro. I'm sorry. He just sounds bipolar. But the thing is, man, you can't blame one guy for the all 22. Those are just your personal. To me, it sounds like it's your personal feelings toward them. But the thing is with that, man, when you look at the playoffs, I kind of caught the last thing about backing into the playoffs you were speaking of. If you look at the Eagles and them, they actually if you go back maybe 4 years ago, Howie was making those moves where they were aligning themselves up to get 3 picks in the first round.
Right.
That's how the whole Jordan Davis thing started. And it's just like, you know, you got 3 picks in the first round, all coming from the same school. That's going to help you. That's going to help you out tremendously, man. And the thing is, in the playoffs / Super Bowl, again, when I call in, I always tell you it's about luck and it's about health. And if you look at it, though, that Eagles team, man, had so much experience, man. Those are veteran players on that team that stayed healthy and they had luck going into that. Not that they any much better than Dallas. They just had the 2 things that helped them cultivate them, which was health and luck. But I want to hit on this real quick too, man. So they talk about okay, we got Will McClay. No, we re-signed Will McClay. Right. Jerry needs to get players. So Law, I'm gonna go off topic just a smidget. All right. So I'm retired military, but I was a PA in the military that got out and retired and became an MD, right?
Man, that's good.
And the thing is with that, if you ever get a chance to go to, now here's a correlation. If you ever get a chance, I've had to go to chance to go to Dubai or Doha, Qatar, and you go in there and buy a suit, it's rare, very rare that you're going to find a suit on the rack to fit. So basically where I'm going with this is everything is custom made. When you walk into the stores, you have sheets of fabric to make your suits. So
Wow.
that's some made. You've got sheets of fabric to make your shirts. You've got sheets of leather to make your dress shoes. You can get the suits anywhere you want them. Small lapels, wide lapels, you get it. It's custom made to have it in 2 weeks. Costs you about $200. You pay like almost $2,000 here stateside, right?
Right.
Where I'm going with this is, if you sign Will McClay, and this is what we all talking about. We talk about it all the time, getting great players. If you re-sign Will McClay, you gotta give him the credit card to go buy a custom-made suit. And the custom-made suit, what I'm referring to, it's not necessarily. There's only one Myles Garrett. That's only one Joey Bosa. That's only one kid that got hurt from Detroit. We're not saying that. We're not saying you got to get those guys.
Right.
But you do have to try to get something close to that caliber instead of going to JCPenney's buying the shoot off the racks. Nothing wrong with JCPenney's. Shout out to JCPenney's or Burlington. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying to make this team better, bro, you've got to go get a couple custom-made suits.
Got to.
And that's where the that's where the correlation is at. That's what these teams like the Eagles. That's what these teams like the 49ers. Even though the 49ers are down as well, they're buying custom-made suits. And we're not.
Yeah. Ooh.
That is the big issue that this team has, man. And we all know that. True Cowboy fans know that they're just not spending money, okay? And so for the caller, I don't even want to use his name, I just say bipolar, to sit up there and say that it's all Dak's fault, that sounds like pure hate, man, because Dak doesn't play, like everybody's saying, Dak doesn't play defense. You're not spending the money to make this team better. And I tell you that every time I call in, bro, until that happens, we're going to be shouting the same thing. And I hope with every positive thing that we're seeing so far, with the hiring of the coaches, that they can change that narrative and say, hey, I think we're there. But for me personally, I got to see it. I have to see it. I have to see some signing in the free agency that's going to make me say, damn, that was a good move. I'm not talking about the Myles Garrett. If we get him, that's fine.
That's fine.
But I want to see a player that I see hustles. That's what I want to see. I want to see a player that hustles, man, to make this team better. And hopefully, like you said, it's the waiting game. And so hopefully this will happen.
Man, you spitting the truth, brother. Man. Thank you so much, man.
I just wanted to put that out there in the ether, man, and hopefully they'll make a change.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Dr. Q.
All right,
thank you, and thank you for your services, man. Salute the services too.
Thanks, buddy.
Yes,
okay.
indeed. Yeah.
All right, later on.
No doubt. Dr. Q making all types of coins, boy. I know he 100% service connected, man. He may be a doctor, but he can literally just go to the mailbox once a month, man, and open up that check. I know how those veterans do, Dr. Q. You just hook a brother up every now and then. He's spitting the truth, man. There's nothing like, man, getting a tailor-made suit. I like mine's Euro cut. I like that European cut. I got broad shoulders, you know what I'm saying? Chest all right. You know what I'm saying? When I get that Euro cut and I walk into a room, woo! Man, y'all don't got nothing on me over here, man. Let me get my suit all custom made. Oh, wait. And I got long arms, and I got to have that 42 long, but I got to have a Euro cut. I got a small waist, boy, I come out stepping on y'all, boy. Y'all don't know about that. So I don't think, like he said, that Will McClay been given a situation and a chance to have a custom-made suit. And that's right. We've been so far of going to TJ Maxx, picking up the jacket there, somebody else jackets, Burlington cofactors. And there's nothing wrong with going to those look places. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even Angie, she in the chat says, man looks handsome in their custom suits, right? You don't want, pants leg all with the extra fold at the bottom. Suit jackets look like you got a small hand. You know what I'm saying? Suit jacket got your hand. Suit jacket come all the way up on your hand like this. Don't you hate that, Angie? That man got the suit jacket go all the way up on his damn phalanges. Hey, well, who jacket you got on? That jacket don't belong to be right here. It don't supposed to be right here. But that custom suit will have it stopping right at the wrist. And sometimes, if you want to have, the undershirt so you can show your pant and all of that other stuff, you can make it a little bit shorter. But that's just for what it is, for the style. That's why it always baffles me when I see Jerry Jones in his suit. I'm like, damn, who dressing Jerry Jones? He a billionaire. He got on somebody else's jacket. Have you ever seen Jerry Jones? He don't never look sharp in his suit. He ain't custom made. He cheap on his own suits. Cowboys put J.C. Penney's out of business. Yeah. The TJ Maxx suit be wild. Yeah. But that is funny though, ain't it? Like, hey man, and then people be lying. Boy, he clean, dog. He clean. Like, nah, dog. You got to get him custom made. You got a damn baggy jacket on. You can jump out of the plane and float. Yeah. And sometimes with your pants leg, you can have it short enough to show off the socks. You can have it short enough to show off the socks. Who's been doing that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you don't want to be flooding, or you don't want to be able to be walking all over your damn suit bottom pants leg. Get that custom suit. Yeah. And fellas, don't make them too tight, man. Don't make them too tight on the legs. Give you some breathing room down there. All right. From the 305, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
What's good, Big Law? What's good? It's very entertaining today, I see.
Yeah. It is.
Oh, man. Well, first of all, thanks for clicking on my call, man.
Anytime, bro.
I've been listening to everybody, man. So I see that you did your film study on Simmons. We've been having this debate, man. I think it's a worldwide debate now.
Oh, yeah, it was you that called in and talked about, I couldn't even get the kid's name, and then you gave me the name. I looked up the film. Then I heard storylines of what Vach was saying, and then I talked to my guy AOC. Yeah, so we've been talking about this guy, Josh Simmons. Now, my only thing is that nobody knows what he looked like post-injury. We only see the pre-injuries.
Yeah. So this is my thing, Law. Hello?
I'm here.
Hello?
I'm still here.
Oh, my bad. This is my thing, Law. I've been listening to the callers. It's easy to say to spend all this money right when it ain't your money. I hear all these callers, and I see it. Sometimes I listen to the callers. I could tell the ones who never played sport or who never. I'm not. It's not an insult because I never went to the league, whatever case may be. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not an insult, but you can't build a team in 1 year. You just can't.
Facts.
So all this stuff with this, you want 100 million weapons. You want this DN who's going to cost you probably 2 years from now, probably the same thing Mike is going to cost you. You want to give up 2 first rounds just to see excitement in 1 year. You can't do that, Law. You can't do that. I hear these callers and it's like, y'all saying all this because it ain't your money. You just see Jerry as a billionaire and just think he just want to spend all his money. If you ever ran a business, you want to keep your labor down, not to be very cheap, but you gotta finesse this when it comes to building your roster, bro. You gotta finesse it. You can't go get 1 million players and free agent and then try to get rookies who you want to be day one starters. It just don't work like that, Law. So I'm confused about what people is saying.
Well, what we're saying is basically before going grocery shopping, just put something on your stomach. You can go with a big meal or you go with something light. Now, Myles Garrett would be a big meal, right? Cooper Kupp He may not be a big meal. He's 32, and on top of that, they already lost leverage because the Rams said that they're going to shop him around. So that means that they are willing to cut him before the start of the new season. So you can probably scoop up a Cooper Kupp knowing that he will be better than a Jalen Brooks, maybe better than a Jonathan Mingo, So that's where we are saying that you don't want to go into this draft on an empty stomach. Or with James Washington. That's like picking up a bag of, of Skittles or something before you go on grocery shopping, knowing that you're hungry. And all of that sugar going to do is just spike your insulin, and now you're going to be even more hungrier. You know how that goes, right, bro?
No, I absolutely understand. But here's my thing. When you say double dipping, Law, when you constantly say double dipping and saying, okay, this like, for example, right? You saying you want to draft a receiver in a draft, right?
Correct.
But then yet, you want to go get a couple coops. So where does ball going?
Where's ball going?
Where's the ball going? You get what I'm saying? Like, you're going to invest into a 32-year-old veteran who's probably going to want something per year, right? And then you're going to have a rookie receiver come in and sit the bench or be third? Because I don't get it. Where's the ball going? You just spent $40 million on who you say is your number one receiver.
Well, here's my thought track with that. The reason why I'm saying, you can double dip and you already have something on your stomach, meaning that you would already negotiated the contract. You're not finna pay Cooper Kupp 20 to 25 million. He's 32, and if a team is willing to pay that, then let them pay that. But it's going to be other receivers that you can get, right? So what I'm saying is that basically that way you don't have to rush, and go into the draft and saying, I need to get another wide receiver. You can say, okay, I would still have the ability to fall back on. Just like, for example, and I hate to use them as an example, yes or no, did the Eagles draft a running back this past season?
Did they? I probably did. I only follow my team. So I only follow my team, Big Claw. You know what I'm saying? But they did. Okay.
They still drafted a running back, right? But they still danced around and picked up Saquon. It's not like Saquon was worthless or useless because they drafted a running back. But they still ultimately.
No, but where they drafted at, Law. I cut you off. It's where they drafted it. I'm pretty sure they didn't draft in the first 3 or 4 rounds. Where did that running back fall at?
He fell. I think Will Shipley. I think he fell on the latter rounds. But what the Cowboys? Exactly. But see what? Let me tell you what the Cowboys would do. The Cowboys would draft the running back, and even if he is drafted in the later rounds, he can be your starter. Those will be your weapons. They can get the job done. We the only team that's dependent on Jalen Brooks to be a difference maker, a Deuce Vaughn to be a difference maker, an undrafted guy by the name of Rico who's been here for a long time to be a difference maker. So that's what I'm getting at. Look, there's nothing wrong with Rico. I like him, the extension and all. But what I'm saying is basically we shouldn't have been to that point of depending on them. You know what I'm saying? We should have already had somebody in the building. But by us doing that, it's just working backwards and expecting different results. No other team does that.
Listen, I totally don't agree. Our owner is cheap. I agree with the callers too. Our owner is cheap. He's cheap, right? But don't expect him or don't expect building a team that you have to get everything in 1 year. That's why I keep telling you, this is a 2-year process. You get what I'm saying? This coach is only going to be there for 2 years. I don't know if people think this is a final. No, this coach is only going to be here for 2 years, bro. You feel me? He out of there. Wherever lane they go to or whatever, other coach they want to get, is up in the air. But me personally, Law, we have to put. If we invested so much in Dak, we have to protect them, Law. We got to protect them. A running back right now or a receiver is not protecting him.
Right.
You're just getting something for show. So if you're going to get, like I say, as long as you don't double dip, if you're going to get something in the draft, I don't think you should get the same thing in free agent and vice versa because that don't make no sense.
But let me ask you this, though. Let's say, for example, the Cowboys – with the 12th pick draft Josh Simmons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will he, coming off of an ACL surgery in October, be better than Awesome Richards? Better than Tyler Guyton?
I mean,
will he be better than Nate Thomas? He will be a placeholder for at least a year. And he will be he will be not the 2025 draft pick. He will be a 2026 draft pick with the hopes of him being back to the form of 2024. You see what I'm saying? In 2023. That's why we don't have like anybody else, they don't have that longitude and latitude. Only the Joneses have that longitude and latitude because anybody else would get fired.
Yeah.
Because you're drafting off of pure. The draft itself is a mystery, but you drafting on the hopes that this kid can become something that he was before the injury that we don't even have tape on, right? So that's why I dismiss the Josh Simmons. I respect Vaches Lombardi's opinion, and I respect your opinion on drafting. I even did the video on it, but it would just be too much of I need something now. You know what I'm saying? Not something for later.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. That's what it is, man. If people just want to see something now, splash now, man. I'm telling you, like, this team is not in a position to just get a splash now.
They would be if they dance around in free agency a little bit. That's all we're saying too.
True. I mean, true. But we will see. Like I said, if you know where I'm going, well, I mean, but let's say this, Law.
Uh-huh.
If Vinci run the way, and if he highly expected run the way I feel like he might run, I don't think Vinci going to be there at 12. If he run any numbers that what Gibbs ran last year, he's not going to be there at 12. So then, what you going for, a receiver? That's the next bet.
Well, the only thing is, if he is not there, if Genty is not there, then that means either someone else will fall in line on what we're looking for. We shouldn't have to trade up, or we can always trade back a little bit, but there should be a good quality person that's there at 12, and you can go BPA in the first round. You don't have to go in with drafting a need in the first round, especially if you do your due diligence as it relates to the free agency. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I agree with you, Law, man. We'll see, man. We got to see these numbers come out because right now we just going off the air. We got to really see what these combine numbers be and these pro day numbers be, man, and see what the best player. For me, I feel like we should build an interior, and that's just me. And one more thing before I let you go, because I know you got callers, Law. This Dak thing, man, we just got to get over it, man. He got his money. Bro, this Dak thing, we just got to get over it, bro. Like, there's nothing we could do with it. We have to build a team around him for at least like the next 2 to 3 years, bro. So with that being said, I'm just let you go, Law. Thank you for always taking my call, bro.
No doubt, man. For the 305, man. Enjoy your day, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. Good point. But I just want to tell y'all, man. And I get it, y'all. If anybody else don't get it, I get it. You know. But with that being said, you know, Stay Paid says, isn't a little back, isn't he? Are you talking about Genty? I mean, if you want to say Emmett, Barry Sanders, or smaller backs, then you can put him in that criteria. He's about the same size as those boys, 5'9", north of 200 pounds. And Bucky Irvin, we've seen what he was able to do. It took a fumble from the quarterback for them to lose that game. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at this part right here, they saying that, what they got here? My guy, Outlaw Cowboy, he says 1,970 yards after contact. That's the most in NCAA history. First player in NCAA history with 150-plus broken tackles in a season. Second most single-season rushing yards all time. Highest graded running back in PFF era, which that can be neither here nor there. I hope I'm wrong, but honestly, I don't see Ashton Genty making it to the 12th selection. But if he makes it there, and we're saying that, hey, based off the fact that he played at Boise, not Boston, but Boise. Let's dismiss all of that and let's go get a guy who had an ACL tear in October. Then you guys have every right to be angry and upset at the front office and say, what the hell are we doing here? What are we doing? Y'all have every right to be angry. Y'all have every right to be upset. But based off of this info and intel, if Genty his biggest knock is because he played for Boise, that lo and behold, the very next running back better put up Genty numbers. They better do the exact same thing. Because how are we going to use that he played for this particular school that he shouldn't be exhibited and exuded as a good running back? And transferably speaking, that the running back position is the easiest position to transfer from college to the pros. I would rather, we got 10 draft picks, y'all. Not one, not two. We got 10 of them. You can't, what my guy at? Uncle Charles.
Sacrifice.
You can't sacrifice one of them damn picks for Genty if he's there. And if it don't work, we can use this as a case study and tell people to remember that time that guy from Boise had all of them yards. He went to the pros and couldn't bust through a wet paper bag. Yeah. But I would rather have that on my side opposed. I don't care if Genty come out and run a 4.8. I'm still drafting him. Yeah, if he run a 4.9, if he run a 5.0, I'm still drafting Genty. I'm still drafting at the 12th spot. Unless you can give me someone else who were able to give me those numbers. I'm just telling y'all, man, for me, that's what I would do, you know. Y'all think it's a game? Shoot. That's what I would do. Because there's nobody on Boise. The argument could be, it could be a multi-conversational argument. Who's on Boise that's of the kind of caliber of Tyler Smith? Who's on Boise that's of the kind of caliber of a Cooper Beebe on that offensive line? Brock Hoffman. Terrence Steele to a degree. Who's on Boise, even if you want to say this as an argument, who's on Boise of the kind of caliber of a Tyler Guyton?
Jason Barnes, $20. What's up, brother-in-law? I honestly would double dip in RB. Take Gene T and then later rounds take the best RB on the board again and go all in, man.
Yeah. That's exactly what I would do. Shoot. Shout out to Jason Bourne, you know. And I think that we left out some super chats. We can get to them. Appreciate all of y'all support. Thank y'all for calling in. Let me see. Appreciate y'all, man.
The conference has been locked.
We got 2 more callers, and then we're going to read out all of the super chats. I got Jamie, my dog, man. What's good from the 774?
What's happening? How you doing today, brother?
Hey, man, all is well. Can't complain.
Good to hear, man. Good to hear. The whole thing with draft scares me because I feel like Jerry's whole logic is he likes draft capital. He's one of those guys that would rather get 10 $1 tickets instead of getting one $10 scratch ticket and try to hit the $1 million prize. You know what I mean? So he scares me because I think we got good draft picks, but I'm really afraid that he's gonna trade back to try to find that one hidden gem that is not there. So, you know, I'm all about the BPA, just get the best player available.
Right.
You know, and my question for you is, I'm not really much, I don't follow college football too much. Now, I see a lot of people going with Gentry on us. Now, Gentry is, the most thing that we need as a running back is a running back that can pick up the blitz and also catch out of the backfield. Now, does he fit both of those qualities?
Yeah. He can pass catching. He can catch out of the backfield, or he can block. He's a willing blocker. He can run in between the splits, A gap, B gap, bounce it to the side of C gaps, and he can get it upfield. It seems as if though he's hard to get down, so that's why he had 1,900 some yards after contact. Now if Gentry is not there, you shouldn't cry river. Of course, that means somebody's going to fall. Maybe a Mason Graham falls. Maybe a team overlooks him. Maybe a Jalen Walker. Maybe, Abdul Carter. Maybe they catch him, rolling one, and they say, hey, we don't want to draft him. So there's so many unknowns there. But if he's there, and we've been talking about run game, and if the Cowboys go into this thing saying, we finna draft an offensive line that had an ACL tear in October, and the first thing that we need to say to ourselves, man, if that happened, we need to be saying,
Are you shitting me? Are you
shitting I mean, Jerry's known. Jerry's definitely, he's definitely known for doing that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not out of the realm. So I just hope that the best way that we can help Dak out. At the end, I was kind of hoping we'd go towards defense in the draft, but started thinking, the best way to help Dak out is just by, not having him pass for 30, 40 times attempts a game, and even 15 to 26 attempts.
Yeah.
So that way, less turnovers and stuff like that. So hopefully we can just go offense and use these picks, man, and just not waste them. So once again, man, I appreciate your knowledge, and it was a great show today, man. I laughed so hard today, man. I'm still trying to figure out what Mav was talking about, man. But hey, listen, it's a great show, man. I appreciate everything you do, brother.
Shout out to you, Jamie. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling in. Yes,
right on, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Next is Aaron, man. What's good with you, man? From the 562, you're live on the Nation, bro. Talk to me.
What's good, Law?
Not much, man. What you got?
Shit, I was gonna say, hey, I know everybody's talking about the running back and situation and stuff like that, but how you feel about our DB situation?
We raise the blade thin. We raise the blade thin. I would hope that, with a new defensive coach and a defensive coordinator, that we can probably pull something from Chicago to come over here, make some type of trade or some type of free agent move, because we are raised the blade thin at DB. And if Will Johnson is there, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, to even pass up on him.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, okay, let's just say that running back that everybody wants is not there.
Right.
I heard you earlier saying that you would trade the number 1 pick for Myles Garrett.
Right. As defensive player of the year. Yeah, I don't think that anybody that you draft in the first round would become defensive player of the year this year. You know what I'm saying, or next year.
Right. Okay.
You get my logic on that,
Yeah, I get your logic. Yeah, I'm not arguing that. Like I said, I was thinking about the back end because it's like, okay, Diggs is probably be out maybe mid-season. The only person you got is Bland. Lewis may not be there. And what was that rookie that was actually starting to do good last year towards ACL at the end of the season?
Not Josh Butler. Andre Booth. No.
It was somebody else. It was a rookie he was a DB starting to come along.
I don't think he was a rookie, but you're talking about Josh Butler, right? You're talking about him. He been in the league for a second. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I was like, now we need a DB. Everybody talk about the run game, this and that, but we like you said, we raise it thin on the back end.
We raise the blade thin.
So
You know what would stop us from getting? You know what would stop us from drafting the DB?
What's that?
If we have a little food before we go into that draft.
True.
You get what I'm saying? That's why I say I don't want us to shop on an empty stomach. So we got the free agency here. If you go, because we only got Bland on the outside now, and I seen the Carson's episode, right? He don't need to be seatbelt Carson. He need to be a child seat. You know what I'm saying? One of the one of them child seats. That's when you're under 5 years, you got to be in the car seat. So he need to be a car seat.
Right.
You need a car seat, Carson. But we need a DB, and the only way we can do that,
We need a DB.
we need to get in there before we get into the draft, so we won't be drafting on hunger, you know.
Man.
And the same argument to a degree, bro, could be for running back. If the Cowboys do something strange and make a crazy trade for a running back before the draft, and I ain't talking about, an Ezekiel Elliott type of pick, I'm talking about a real springy running back that we traded for, or we get some type of way of acquisition before the draft hits, then maybe, Genty, you can move that off the table there.
And so now, okay, I hear that. So now this running back coach we signed from the Chargers. Did you see any production, any positive production that he did in the Chargers that he can do over here?
Well, he trained Austin Eckler a lot, so it's a dual threat running back, catch out of the backfield, run in between the splits, and Austin Eckler was really good when he was there. So maybe we're looking for that kind of caliber running back here. You get what I'm saying?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I hear where you're thinking now. Well, shit, that's all I got for you, Law. I'm going to let you go, man. I appreciate you putting up the call.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. That's Aaron, man. Good call from him, It's just when you're talking about drafting, it's always seatbelt malfunction. Shout out to Carson, man. Get Wanye, brother, at cornerback. Yeah, let me get these super chats, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for y'all patience, man. I know it's hard-earned money, man, but, when y'all get them refunds and stuff back from the government, just hook a brother up, But I appreciate y'all, man. Where am I today? Appreciate y'all, man. Look at all of these super chats, man. I appreciate you. Platinum level 3, Justin D. celebrates 61 months of membership. Cowboys and Law Nation. Baby, appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. That was crazy.
Take the money
61 months.
Come on! You're wasting my time now. Come on!
Hey, y'all who quick with it, how many years that is? You know what I'm saying? Don't you hate when you see that lady and you ask, oh, you got a cute baby. How old is he? Oh, he's 28 months. How old is that child? He 33 months. Come on, baby. 61 months, man, is a long time. How many years that is, man? Appreciate you, Justin, man. That means you've been following me and rocking with the nation for a long time, not a short time. And I appreciate your love and support for the nation, man. I got Samson. He states here, if Genty or T-Mac is unavailable for the 12th pick, you might as well give the pick to what is it saying here? Let me see if I can fix it. To the Browns, or you might as well. Yeah. Oh my God. All right, appreciate you, man. You might as well give it up to him. Yeah. Robert states that Simmons, I'm not drafting an offensive lineman in the first round or the second round. We can get offensive line in the free agent. I'd take the running back or the wide receiver there. Shout out to you, Robert Simmons. Appreciate you. Sidney Jones states Dak made All-Pro with average wide receivers.
Take the money out! All of it! Come on!
Yes, indeed. For the $199 for your beautiful mind, Johnny Walker Blue. Didn't Washington build a team in the first year? They assembled a team that went on the third place schedule. To be fair, people may have not caught up with their scheme and system. So we will see what they look like the next season when they play the second place schedule, right? Not the third place schedule anymore. And they got tape now on Jaden Daniels. He can either be better or for worse, but by them having $90-something million, I think that he's going to get better. So that's why I behoove the Cowboys to try to get better as well. But shout out to him. Hey, we seen quarterback regress to a degree. C.J. Stroud had a good first year. Then the second year, people were like, hey, what is that? And they even won a playoff game this year, right? That's why I miss my guy Eastside Harrell. I haven't heard nor seen from Eastside Harrell since those Diddy allegations came out. I hope he okay. Retro Neon, thank you so much for your support.
Take the money out!
He states, or she states, we missed out on Bijan Robinson 2 years ago. We need Genty. Yeah.
Take the money out!
Jason Bourne, what's good? What's up, brother? I honestly should double dip in running backs. I think we read that one out, and I appreciate you. Take Genty and then double dip in the later rounds. Yeah. Jay Lombardi celebrating 41 months of membership.
Take the money out! All of it! Come on!
I love loyalty, man, and I appreciate you. JT Wolf celebrate 46 months of membership. Hey, Law, appreciate you a ton. I turned 34. Let me see if I can slide it over a little bit. Today, oh, man, put happy birthday to my guy, JT Wolf. Appreciate you, man. Wolf Gang in the house, man. So shout out to you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, man, for your support. Thank you for your love and adulations, man. That is Aquarius running the world. You know, happy birthday to you. Yee! Happy birthday to you. Yee! JT Wolf. Man, y'all put happy birthday to my guy, man. You know, appreciate you.
Take the money out!
And appreciate you guys. If you want to support the nation on anything and everything that we do, there's always a Cash App that you can tap and send donations and money there. You know, hey, and if you got one of those businesses like a 5013C and if you got one of the businesses that you got to write stuff off and all of that, hey, write it off with Law Nation, man. Send it over here. You know, your money will go well used here. I ain't too proud to beg. We got studios overhead that we got to take care of and payroll. So I really appreciate you guys so much. And if you want to donate as well to PayPal, hey, leave $1 to help a pal. You know, just send it over this way. Like I said, I'm not too proud to beg. Let's continue to grind and shine. And on top of that, let's figure this out, Cowboy Nation, especially with this particular team heading into the draft season. I'm AFC Law. Yeah. So y'all know who I'm rooting for the 2025 Super Bowl. Y'all know who I'm rooting for. Cowboy Nation, if we offended anyone today, especially with the Vivica Fox, I think she's still a beautiful soul. This is just me, Satire Law. I'm not throwing any jabs at Vivica Fox. She's still a beautiful soul. Look at her, you know. So we're not making fun of things without jokes. It's just jokes, you know. If I look like James Harden and people say everywhere I go, hey, you look like James Harden. And I tell people I'm 10 years older than James, you know. If I can look like Denzel Washington's son, then we can make jokes at her, right? It's just jokes, you know, nothing serious. Yes, indeed. Appreciate everybody. Shout out to you, Sadiq. Thank you so much for your love and support and sending money for the birthday wishes and everything. And I thank you. And on our way out, for those, I ain't ready to go yet. For those who haven't seen the Joshua Simmons video, we're going to play it now. You know, we're going to figure out a way to put it on the screen. So y'all hold tight, and we're going to play that, and then we're going to race walk up out of here with a motivational speech at the end of it all. I appreciate y'all, man. Let's see if I can find that clipping, though, you know. Let me see if I can find it, though. Where is it? Yeah. But I appreciate y'all. Love y'all to the moon and back. And, oh, yeah, I know where it's at. Boom. Bear with me. And don't y'all get in y'all feelings about Dak Prescott, though. Let's look into the film. Hey, we gonna look into the film. And that's okay with y'all, right? That's okay? Y'all ain't got nothing else to do on this beautiful day. I done held y'all hostage for about 3 hours here, you know. Let's listen to it. Let's listen. Let's look into the film. In this video, we're looking at Josh Simmons. He's about 6'5", around 310, and great extension, keep his shoulders squared. He keeps the opposition inside the cylinder there, which is good. And his jump out to get to the second level is great. You just jump out so smoothly with it. And you're talking about one of your premier left tackles coming out of the draft. It's him. It's him. He would have been clearly a top 5 pick before the injury or what have you. But we're looking at some of his tape pre-injury, of course, and you can see he can get his hands inside, good movement there. You're looking at body control, keep his shoulders squared. And when you look at everything out of him, the burst off the release is there. And the quicker man wins, and he stays low, extends, and he's so powerful on his strikes. And you look at the fluid that he brings to the table as well. The quarterback is so comfortable. Like, he stepped through his throw, and when you look at that left tackle, what he was able to do, he's able to climb, extend, and get things going. I like what I'm seeing out of his skill sets. The only thing is, the Cowboys, if you're looking at a guy of the kind of caliber of a Josh, just know that even though as great as this may be, you know, these are all and the leg got to check out. And I know scouts will say, well, let's see what the doctors say, right? And you look at this tape right here, yeah, and get him down on the ground, yeah. Man, that's dope right there. But when you look at everything, you would say, yes, this would be a phenomenal piece to have that left side sealed off. And I get it, you know, when you look at these type of things of bringing that to the table and having that with the Dallas Cowboys, the explosive nature of a running back versus a unskilled position like an offensive lineman, those are things that you have to pay close attention to. What will be the necessary wants versus needs, and who will be the best player available. I'm always with the belief, go with the best player available. And you can see right here, the man don't play around with his foot. Watch he extend, strike, you know, be the aggressive, keep him within inside the cylinder there, and that's what you want. Yes, indeed. So y'all check out the fullness of that video breakdown on my YouTube page, and as well as I'm going to upload it to Twitter as well. And it's also already populating on Instagram. And a body in motion stays in motion. So the offensive lineman duty is to keep that body not being in motion, you know, and that's exactly what he's able to do. He got vice grips for hands, right? And these are all things that you can see pre-injury, right? We don't know what he looked like post, but I can tell you that, you know, the Cowboys do Cowboys things. They've been drafting longer than what we can think of, and a lot of people give them credit for being a great drafting team. But we'll find out less than 80 days from here of where the Cowboys will be drafting at with the 12th pick. On my way out, just want to say this real quickly, that the Eagles are very crafty and smart. They got in front of the aficionados to a degree, whereas they made it as if, though, that is Pat Mahomes, the refs, versus the Eagles. They made it such that they are already giving a pre-excuse to the matter. And that's smart, because now the mind would be, do I throw this flag or do I get hated and spit upon? And the head coach, Sirianni, very brilliant plan of saying, if the calls don't go right, I'm coming after them, right? So he enraged the fan base, who is toxic indeed, that will be willing to eat horse droppings. They done already had somebody to pass away from climbing up on a pole and jumping off of it, shooting guns in the air, right? Not knowing that the bullet's going to eventually fall. right? For a set of people that can barely spell Eagles are blessed enough to be in the Super Bowl. You know, sometimes people have crazy allegiance. No offense to the people that's protesting, not to make this a political angle. But the craziest thing that I've seen in my lifespan is a group of people who protested to end a certain rule in the states of the United States with American flag. No, with their own country's flag. Make that make sense. So I'm protesting, but I got a Mexico flag, and I'm protesting. Yeah, that's crazy. Shouldn't you be an American all the way? Shouldn't that be the protest? That yes, I'm not agreeing with the laws and the rules and the regulations, but I'm an American too. I love the American with the red, the blue, and the white, and the stars. But how can you get sympathy or empathy and you protest in the streets with your country's flag? It don't make sense. And you're fighting to stay here. Shouldn't you be willing to say to yourself, let me go to my own country? You know, but it's crazy. That's the world we live in. But Mama said there will be days literally just like this. And if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night to give up your time and your peace and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold or the poverty or the famish or fame or the sickness of the body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, you will get it. JC says, yes, Texas is Mexico. Well, to that point, you are right. But before those people came out of the birth canal, out of the triple darkness of the wombs, the rules have already been altered that Texas is no longer Mexico. It was once upon a time. So if you want to be a part of these United States, fall in line with the United States. Don't go against it. It's equivalent to somebody walking out here at the Dallas, at the Star in Frisco, and they protesting against the 49ers, and they got the 49ers flag in Dallas talking about, we want pride. Come on, Pride Month, we here. No, it don't make sense. If you're fighting for this country to be here, then add here and be here. That's all I'm saying. Don't get it twisted. That's all I'm saying. Actually, these United States was Turtle Island. They don't have me to go too deep. Yeah, Turtle Island is where we are at. But I don't want to get canceled over here from other perspectives of the Illuminati change over here. But Cowboy Nation, stand tall or not at all. And salute to Turtle Island, baby. Yeah, let's switch it all over to Turtle Island. Come on with it. And in the words of it all, let's run it up. It's United States now, yeah. It is. Come on, baby. Come on with it.
No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up.
Come on with it. Roll those credits.
Thumb down now. No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I
Come on. Shout out to Justin D, Jay Lombardi, JT Wolf, Fresh King 36. Thank you for the new members. Shout out to the Super Chats, Samson, Robert, Sydney, not Portier, but Sydney Jones, Johnny Blue.
I need 6 rings like MJ.
Low Nation. Come on, Jason Barnes. Yeah. Happy birthday to JT Wolf. Shout out to the Aquarius. In the words of all of the Aquariuses.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried.
I got Cherokee in my body. Who's all got Cherokee in their blood over here? Come on, shout out to the Cherokee Nation. You got a little African too.
I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check.
Shout out to the Bigfoot tribe.
Tell them run it up.
And shout out to the BD tribe. If you're part of the BD tribe, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah.
Give me my theme music. Spartans, prepare for glory.
Come on with it. Shout out to all the Aboriginals over here, the Aborigines. That boy good. The Nigerian connection, baby. Well, we know Shay Sharp part of the Nigerian tribe, man. Yeah. Don't let the street lights hit you. Boy, let's go get some tacos, man. Shout out to all of the road tacos.
Let me crack your cranium. Fertilize your brain.
Shout out to all of the melanated community. Egyptian pharaoh. There's a melanated brother on every country beyond the ice wall. Yeah. Shout out to all of the watchers. The Grays too. The Grays be watching my show too. Yeah, they be watching. Come on with it. The Anunnaki laws. Come on with it. Beyond player 2. The Greys really love me though. The reptilians. Shout out to the reptilians. Player 2. Don't let me find out, Angie, that you are Anunnaki over this thing over here now. Shout out to all of the watchers and the angels. Oh my gosh, man. All right, shout out to everybody with the draft philosophy and beyond, man. Let me get on up out of here, man. If you didn't like this show,
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
And if you ain't hitting that like button and sharing this content, man, come on with it.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
The Blackfoot tribe, salute to them, and the Bigfoot.
They can come closer than close, yeah. Original they
Until
never
next
would
time,
be.
DC for life.